The following is a presentation of Girard Sports Live. It's time for Girard High School Athletics on Girard Sports Live. Girard Sports Live is presented by Crocan, your community technology partner. Learn more at ckt.net. Also by Ag Choice of Epler, American Family Insurance, Jenny Collins Agency, Bradshaw Collision Repair, Call Service, Community National Bank and Trust, Derailed Commodity, Diskins Auto and Towing, DS Construction, Evans Motors, Farm Bureau Financial Services, Farmers Bank, Girard Medical Center, Hydrix Appliance, The Jagged Edge, GN Bank, Larrett Ceramics, Leah Smith Agency Farmers Insurance, Lehman Realty, Mathis Drug, McClellan Sanitation, Norris Advertising, Producers Cooperative Association, and Roto-Rooter.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's time for Girard Sports Live.
Field, Girard, Kansas, for tonight's Kansas Class 3A playoff matchup between the Girard Trojans and the Holton Wildcats. I'm Josh Ledner, alongside me Jess Murphy and Daryl McLeod, and we've got a good matchup tonight between these two squads. And we're going to step away for our first quick break of the Community National Bank and Trust pregame show. Check out some audio issues, and we'll be back with you here in just a moment. You're watching Trojan Football on Girard Sports Live.
What in Sam hell fucking guy do to my kid?
Hey, Mama.
Now more than ever, Crocan is dedicated to helping keep families connected, workers to collaborate, students to learn, and businesses to continue to serve their customers, and even for doctors to treat their patients. Crocan's reliable high-speed fiber-to-the-home network means no buffering movies or grainy video conferences, no matter how many people are using it. Call or go online to sign up for the fastest and best internet in Southeast Kansas. Crocan. If you need to stay connected, you need Crocan.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for more than 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Stop in soon and pick up your very own Girard Trojan Instant Issue mascot debit card. While you're there, be sure to ask about Secure Lock, mobile banking, Guardian Secure Checking, and People Pay. Learn more at mybankcnb.com. Community National Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Girard Schools.
Member FDIC.
Go Trojans!
Girard Medical Center is one of the area's best places to work. Are you a nurse? Does caring for patients on a more personal level sound appealing to you? Then you'll love our lower nurse-to-patient ratio. We also have positions open in other departments. Benefits include state employee health plan, 457 retirement plan with match, life insurance, paid time off, plus employee and family discounts on services. Best of all, your coworkers are like family. For more information, contact Greg Sullivan, Director of HR, or apply online at girardmedicalcenter.com.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. Trojan fans can find us at 408B North Grand in Pittsburgh or call 620-232-7305. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
The Producers Co-op Farm Store is committed to making your life easier by supplying you with the things you need for your farm and home. As always, the Producers Co-op Farm Store has a great selection of farm and ranch supplies, including pet supplies, ranch and corral building supplies and equipment, automatic waterers and feed bunks, tack, dog food, pet and animal health supplies, workwear, boots, and much, much more. Come in and check out the great deals on lots of new merchandise as well. Proudly serving Girard and the surrounding area, and proud to support the Girard Trojans.
Celebrate, recognize, build. That's the promise of Wilbert Signature Awards and Engraving. Owners Greg and Missy Scott are committed to helping their customers celebrate special moments, recognize achievements, and build relationships. With a huge selection of Trojan gear, plaques and awards, custom leather patch hats, trophies, and so much more. Plus, while you're there, stop in next door to find the latest fashions from Aubrey at Scott & Company. Wilbert Signature Awards and Engraving. Learn more at wilbertawards.com or
Bear with us just a moment as we try and work out some of these audio issues as we move closer to kickoff tonight's matchup between the Girard Trojans and the Holton Wildcats. have a mic.
One shot, one opportunity.
Well, welcome back out to Frank Jameson Field. Not sure if anybody can hear anything coming down the line yet. Trojans getting set to host the Holton Wildcats. Trojans 10-0, Wildcats 9-1. If you'll remember, last year the Trojan season ended on the road up in Holton in the Flint Hills north of Topeka, and the Trojans fell 35-7 to the Wildcats in a rough game. It was absolutely freezing cold. It's a cold night here tonight in Girard, and it's almost just like there's some sort of unwritten rule that these two teams can't meet if it's over 30 degrees outside.
Well, I agree. It seems to be cold and frigid. I was talking to one of the Holton assistant coaches and asked them if they maybe left the door open when they left Holton.
Well, this is part of the 3A bracket here tonight. Let's take a look at it real quick. Trojans taking on Holton here in Girard, and then Columbus playing host to Topeka Hayden just down the road. And that's quite a trip for those kids from Hayden.
Yeah, and kudos to Columbus. Come in, I think, the playoffs like 3-4, and
yeah, they were like the fourth or fifth team out of that district and able to make it.
Good for them.
All the way to this round of the playoffs, and then, of course, the Trojans will play the winner of that game, or if they're fortunate enough to win here tonight, they'll play the winner of that game next week. And is it West travels East next week?
Nope.
East travels West.
Yep.
So Girard and Columbus, the distance between the front doors of the high school is pretty narrow. But if Topeka Hayden wins that game and we win this one, we know we're going up to Topeka. So that's just a look at the this portion of the bracket here in Class 3A. As you see, the Trojans take the field as we move closer to kickoff here tonight. And we're going to take another break, hopefully have some sound this time going down the line to you, and we'll be back to break down these two teams in tonight's matchup between the Trojans and the Wildcats from Humboldt. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
For years, James Brumback and Brumback Service Center have been keeping area residents on the road with high quality and fast service. Let's face it, none of us have time for a breakdown, so be sure to stop by Brumback's for preventative maintenance, oil changes, and tire repairs. Brumback's is also your place for new tires with a variety of quality brands to choose from. Brumback Service Center, 312 East St. John in Girard. Call 620-724-6770. Good luck, Trojans, from Brumback Service Center.
Chicken Annie's Girard is a proud supporter of Trojan Athletics. Chicken Annie's of Girard serves up the area's best fried chicken and a whole lot more. Check out their weekly specials like chicken and noodles on Wednesdays, Thursday nights kids nights, and Friday boneless wings. Oh, and don't forget about those delicious homemade pies. Stop in or enjoy their mouth-watering favorites at home with carry-out and catering available. Chicken Annie's Girard, continuing a Southeast Kansas tradition. Learn more at chickenanniesgirard.com or call 620-724-4090.
Do you have a construction project that just needs that custom touch? Are you looking for a contractor who can get it all done? Roof to floors and everywhere in between? Then call Dustin Sneed at DS Construction. With more than 20 years of industry experience, DS Construction specializes in new construction, roofing, renovations, and more. There's no job too big or small. For a free estimate, call DS Construction at 620-724-0209. That's 620-724-0209.
Welcome back out to Frank Jameson Field. Trojans getting set to take on the Holton Wildcats. You see the Trojans there warming up in their pregame huddle as we get set for the coin flip tonight from here in Girard. Well, Jess, looking at Holton, they're a team that averages about one pass attempt per game. They have 9 passing touchdowns on the season, 1 interception on the year, but really where they get their work done is on the ground behind tailback Garrison Booth, who averages about 131 yards a game and up over 1,000 yards on the season. And so you pretty much know what you're getting with these Holton Wildcats. We know that the Trojans are going to have to defend the run well tonight and just be physical up front in the trenches.
Right, not get caught peeking into the backfield. Read your keys on your blocks really good. It's just going to be a real keys and makes the tackle.
Nice rendition of our national anthem there by the Girard choir. And Jess, we were talking about Holton, you got to beat the team, but with this squad, you've also got to beat the scheme. And you can't get caught chasing defensively or anticipating where you think the play is going to go. Everybody's got to stay in their lane tonight, hit the man in front of them. And that's always the challenge when you're playing this Holton squad. And that's something that the Trojans kind of struggled with last year up there in the friendly confines up in Holton.
Yeah, you don't know where the ball's going to be. There's 3 options, 4 options, and then like you say, they'll beat you over the top once you commit to 11 in the box. I kind of joked Philpott a little bit before the game. Said, Coach, you going to stack all 11 of them on the line of scrimmage? He says, probably don't start them there, Murph, but they better get there in a hurry.
Yeah, they'll all be leaning that way for sure. And like we mentioned before the national anthem, if you didn't get a chance to hear Garrison Booth, the talented tailback for Holton, I keep saying Humboldt, they're in the playoffs tonight as well. Kid rushes for about 131 yards a game. He's got over 1,000 yards this season. And then, of course, quarterback Matt Lears kind of is the straw that stirs the drink for Holton, and he's going to distribute the ball tonight. They're not a team that turns the ball over a lot. They're very well coached. Coach Barta has run this system there in Holton for a number of years, and his kids grow up learning it. And Trojans are really, I think, going to be tested physically tonight by this team. Probably not like they've been tested so far this year.
Oh, I agree. This is going to be the first test, but I'm going to go on a limb. I know I'm kind of a Trojan homer, but I don't know if Holton's been tested maybe like they're going to see with this Trojan team as well.
Well, you would hope not. And we talked about Holton's scheme. Well, the Trojans have one of their own, and it's a very tricky type of option offense. But quarterback Luke Nigaman certainly has the ability to drop back and find receivers down the field, and he's thrown some absolute dimes this season. And so the Trojans a much more balanced attack than Holton, but it's a matter of being able to stop them from doing what they do well, and not many teams have been able to do it this year. So that Trojan defense, which has been stingy all year, pitched a shutout last week against Frontenac. They're going to be tested, I think, tonight.
Right. I don't want to pit it on one guy, but big 72 Drake Kotzman at the nose tackle position. If he can eat up double and triple teams like he has all season, free up our linebackers, and we'll be fine.
Trojans won the toss. They elected to defer to the. I'm sorry.
Holton won the toss.
Holton won the toss.
Yep.
They deferred. Trojans are kicking off.
Yep. Holton will get the ball in second half.
Holton's getting the ball now.
Huh. Holton.
That doesn't make sense, Jess. They can't get it both now and at the beginning of the second half. That's not how it works.
Well, I agree.
All right, our opening tip brought to you by Larrett Ceramics, 503 West Maple and Girard. Stop by Larrett Ceramics for great gift ideas and supplies. Get creative when it comes to gift buying. Get your friends and family beautiful ceramic piece or maybe even classes from Larrett Ceramics. Call 620-724-8442. Kick brought out just across the 30 to about the 33-yard line. That's where Holton will start out. 1st and 10 as we had some audio issues. We're scrambling a little bit here in the booth. We'll get you the starting lineups as they come. Matt Lairs, the starting quarterback, senior, 6 foot, 192 pounds. He'll be handing the ball off a lot tonight to Garrison Booth and Jaden Fletcher, both seniors. Don't really need to talk much about wide receivers for Holton. As you see here, they'll come out double tight in an offset I formation. Lairs under center, and he's going to go option the far side, keeps himself, now pitches after contact, and off to the races is Garrison Booth, and the Trojans are not going to catch him, and he's going to go 72 yards on the first play of the game for a touchdown, and that option ate the Trojans up last year, and it gets them right here.
Had him stopped twice.
Yep. "72-yard touchdown by Garrison Booth, and that's not going to hurt that kid's average, that's for sure.
No.
As Holton on to attempt the extra point. Catch the number on the kicker. I believe it's Alec Frazier. Nope. Matt Lairs, the quarterback, kicks it, and it's good. And just like that, Holton takes a 7-0 lead over the Trojans. So Girard got some work to do. They'll have the ball when we come back. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live. Well, the Holton Wildcats came ready to play tonight. A 72-yard touchdown run by Garrison Booth to give them a 7-0 lead as they're set to kick it away to the Trojans. Alex Kester, and this is a nice run coming back the other way by Ethan Davidson and sets the Trojans up at their own 30-yard line, 1st and 10. To start this drive. I think he got across the 30. They're going to give him forward progress to about the 32.
Looks like there's a flag. It's fine.
Oh. And the penalty's going to march the Trojans back. Kick return penalties have been a frequent part of games this year for the Trojans. They've had quite a few blocking the back penalties and holding penalties on usually punt returns, but this one on a kickoff return. So now back in deep in their own territory at the 10-yard line as Luke Nigeman leads the Trojan offense to the line. It's a call from the sideline. Keeps it himself out across the 19 to the 20-yard line as there's some extracurriculars after the play as Nigeman kind of took a late hit from number 56. That's Trevor Barnett, the junior linebacker, 5'10", 250. Bowling ball out there. But that's enough for a Trojan first down out to the 22-yard line. Call it a gain of 12 on the play for Luke Nigeman. One wide receiver in this set. They'll put Davidson in motion. Handoff goes to Alex Kester. Takes a solid hit. Spins forward across the 25 to about the 27-yard line, a gain of about 5 on first down for the Trojans. Call it a gain of 4. Big drive here for the Trojans. They try and answer back from that big play to start the game for Holton. Quick pitch to the outside. Ball hits the turf. Bo Harris able to pick it up off the hop, but he's dropped for a loss on the play of about a yard. It's going to set up a third down and call it long 6, maybe 7 for the Trojans. I think this is the quietest I've heard you guys all year. We're down one score here.
Hello.
Nigaman back to pass, throws over the middle, and there should be a flag there, but there's not. Incomplete, no flag as the pass intended for Brock Scales. It was right in his breadbasket there, and the Holton defender doing a good job getting his hand in at the last minute. I believe that was Matt Lairs. Got in there to break that one up, and Lairs leads the team in interceptions this year. Playing deep center field. Now the Trojans forced to punt. Nigaman back deep, and his counterpart Lairs back to receive for Holton. High snap. Luke fields it over the shoulder, steps into it, knuckling end over end punt. It's going to take a Trojan bounce near midfield and roll inside the 40 to about the 37-yard line before it's down by Anthony Pike. I'm sorry, that's not Pike. That's 60.
Cordell.
Yep, Cordell Siren got it. And now the Trojan defense back out on the field and see if they've made any adjustments to help stop that option attack of Holton. Not much you can adjust on after just one play. But maybe sure tackling on the quarterback, not allowing him to get that pitch off. It looked like they had Lairs for a loss in the backfield, and he's still able to get the pitch out to Booth, and that's what broke it loose. There's a low snap. Lairs has it, off tackle, penalty marker down. Chop block against Holton, so that's going to back him up. That's a big one. And if officials are going to call that one tight tonight, guys, that's good news for the Trojans.
Both ways. So Trojans get 1 or 2 called on them a game. So
well, this rushing attack of Holton is predicated on a lot of different blocking schemes, and I'm sure that a chop block or 2 is bound to take place tonight. There they go with the wishbone double tight. Lear's hands to Booth, and he's wrapped up and brought down after a gain of about 2.
Yep, and there's big Drake Kotzman right in the middle like we talked about earlier. Absorbing a double team, still able to get a paw on there. The rest of the Trojans come in to finish him off.
Brings up a 2nd and 18 for Holton from the Holton 29-yard line. Trojans show some blitz, now back out, just playing some pre-snap games. Now here's that option again, the quick pitch out to Booth. Kester trying to close on him on the outside. Trojans finally catch up and bring him down, but not before a gain of about 10 yards. And they're going to mark him down right at the 40-yard line, so that's a gain of about
11.
11 on the play.
Yeah, we're going to have to keep that corner, keep your outside arm free, keep it contained, get him turned in.
So big 3rd down and 7 here, and I would guess that we're going to see some option again. It would be my guess.
They go offset I here, try to draw the Trojans offside. Now here's the snap. Blair's coming near side, pitch outside to Booth, has some blocks, has the first down. And Colton's offense still in business, as that was Jaden Fletcher, number 10, the senior running back. Booth's backfield running mate. And he got about, 15 on that one.
Yeah, Jubber at the outside linebacker position forced the quarterback to pitch it, but there's still nobody left on the outside of him.
Yeah, the outside pursuit just not there for the Trojans, and they're getting good blocks downfield on the defensive backs. And there's Booth right through a gap in the middle, and he's gone. Touchdown, Holton.
Well,
Trojan crowd wants a holding penalty, but somebody's going to have to make a tackle out there in that defensive backfield. Booth just cut back against the grain about 5-6 yards down the field, and it was wide open. Got about a 42-yard touchdown run.
43 to be exact.
And the kick is up and no good. Holton leading at 13-0. We'll take a quick break and we'll be back. You're watching Trojan Football on Girard Sports Live.
Chicken Annie's Girard is a proud supporter of Trojan Athletics. Chicken Annie's of Girard serves up the area's best fried chicken and a whole lot more. Check out their weekly specials like chicken and noodles on Wednesdays, Thursday nights kids nights, and Friday boneless wings. Oh, and don't forget about those delicious homemade pies. Stop in or enjoy their mouth-watering favorites at home with carry-out and catering available. Chicken Annie's Girard, continuing a Southeast Kansas tradition. Learn more at chickenanniesgirard.com or call 620-724-4090.
Welcome back to Frank Jameson Field. Trojans in a hole early in this one, 13-0, and Garrison Booth has 128 yards on 4 carries, 2 touchdowns, and he is slicing and dicing that Trojan defense tonight. And Girard's going to have to find an answer for that, and they're going to have to score some points offensively. They have an opportunity to do one of those. Right here is Kester fields the kick at about the 10-yard line, cuts back near side, and brought down by an ankle tackle by Caleb Hernandez, the senior running back, 5'9", 129. No flags on the play. Trojans will have it 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Yep, just time to get this offense going, go on a methodical drive here, at least get some points on the board.
One wide in this set. Handoff goes to Kester, off tackle, fights forward for about 3. Bring up, looks more like a gain of 4, so bring up 2nd down and 6.
they are sure tacklers. That's for sure. Every single time they hit those gaps, it just can't get through them.
2 wide this time for the Trojans. Kester in the backfield behind Nigaman. He'll get the carry again, and again stopped at about the line of scrimmage. And I'll bring up a 3rd down and 6 for the Trojans. Well, that pass play was there for the Trojans. I don't know that the one wide receiver set's going to be too effective tonight passing the ball. So here they got 2 out there right now. Looking at a 3rd down and a long 5. Bad snap. Pitch goes out to Ethan Davidson. Gets around the corner, lowers his shoulder, gets forward, has the Trojan first down across the 45 to the 47-yard line. We're going to give him all the way up to the 49. First down for the Trojans.
Yeah, that was just good heads-up play there. Mishandled the snap. Was able to maintain the play. First down, Trojans.
Yeah, wasn't pretty, but it was effective. Trojans got the first down. Their offense still alive. Now 3 wide out there for Nigaman. Lone back in the backfield's Kester. Handoff. Nope. Nigaman's going to keep it himself. And he's wrapped up and dropped in the backfield for a 4-yard loss back at the 45-yard line. Well, looks like Holton's defense did their homework this week. They read that fake really well. Now here we go, 3 wide again. Luke back to pass, has a man. And it's Scales, and he's out in the open field. Jeff's a tackler, across the 30, still on his feet, and down to the 24-yard line. And that's a big play the Trojan offense needed to get themselves back in gear.
Yeah, the yak, the runs after catch was great. Caleb Scales made a few people miss and just kept going.
25-yard pass play to Scales. As the Trojans 1st and 10, now 2 wide to the far side. Harrison motion now. The snap, quick pitch back out to Davidson again, and this time Holton there. And they're going to get a face mask on this one as they bring Ethan Davidson out of bounds along the Trojan sideline. And it is the face mask against Holton, and it'll be a first down for the Trojans. March off 15 yards from the spot of the foul. And Trojans are knocking on the door here. How big would a touchdown be in this situation?
Yeah.
Now I don't want to put the cart before the horse or count my chickens before they're hatched or whatever the cliche is. The appropriate cliche. Luke gets the play from Coach Philpott. Three wide this time for Girard. Luke back to pass again, throws near side, in and out of the hands of Scales, just barely behind him, and he wasn't able to bring it in. It was a catchable ball, but not a perfect throw, and that one falls incomplete, stops the clock, 3:33 to play first quarter. 2nd and 10 for the Trojans as they break the huddle quickly. 2 wide this time. Davidson starts in motion. Now they get the adjustment from the sideline. Luke keeps it himself, drives forward, takes a good hit, but he's down to about the 10-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, maybe 4 on the play. See where they spot it. 3.
Holton defense act like they run against an option offense every day in practice, Josh.
yeah, almost like that, yeah. Pretty disciplined. They stay in their lanes. They don't get caught chasing. And, you know, every option offense wants you to chase and wants you to anticipate. And you can tell these guys have had a lot of practice not doing that. Going to go end around to Davidson. He's brought down from behind. A good play. And that's Jaden Fletcher. Shot through the Trojan line and brought Davidson down for a loss. It's going to be 4th down for Girard, and they're bringing on the kicking unit. Garrett Humble going to try a field goal. It's a long 4th down. I think if the Trojans pick up any yards there, they go for it, but the loss puts them in a situation here where Humble's going to try for 3. Snap is good. Hold is down. The kick is up. And it's good. Humble gets the Trojans on the board. They trail it 13-3. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Hey, Mama.
Now more than ever, Croccan is dedicated to helping keep families connected, workers to collaborate, students to learn, and businesses to continue to serve their customers, and even for doctors to treat their patients. Croccan's reliable high-speed fiber-to-the-home network means no buffering movies or grainy video conferences, no matter how many people are using it. Call or go online to sign up for the fastest and best internet in Southeast Kansas. Croccan. If you need to stay connected, you need Croccan.
Trojans answer back a little bit with a field goal from Garrett Humble. They trail Holton 13-3. Just a couple minutes left here in the first quarter. As the ball blows off the tee and Humble adjusts and we're ready to go. Kickoff fielded by Ashton Shirk. And he's brought down at about the 25-yard line, and that's where Holton will start out, 1st and 10.
Yeah, the Trojans are going to have to pick it up here, start tackling, start filling their gaps, start getting back to their disciplined football that they have played all year, because they have a good shot against this team, but they cannot just let them run all over them and be scared of them. So as long as they get back to their brand of football, I think they'll be fine going on here.
Well, they're in a 10-point hole right now, and defensively you got to get a stop here. They come out wishbone, straight ahead with the fullback and barreling ahead for 16 yards. And again, that's Jaden Fletcher. He's having a good game so far. Let's see, he started at the 29. That's
13 yards.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jaden Fletcher, not the biggest guy. He's only 5'7", but man, he is quick. He is just evading everyone out there right now.
Well, just now we see what Coach Barta was talking about. Yep. And this is a guy who's had some talented squads. So when we heard that he thinks this is his most talented squad, that one snuffed out in the backfield. Trojans got on top of that one. That was Caleb Hernandez with the carry there, caught in the backfield, a loss of 2 on the play. It'll bring up 2nd down and 12 for Holton.
Yeah, build off that. Going forward here, use that momentum, because they kind of came out sluggish. Let them get 2 huge runs on them. I think it's time now to start reversing the story, get back ahead, get back to a manageable game.
Offset eye this time for Lares. He does that squat in the backfield. It's interesting. And here it is again, out to Garrison Booth, and guess what? 1st down. Well, right at the sticks. We'll see where they spot the ball. It looked like he had it, but then maybe stepped out of bounds. And I believe that's going to be a 1st down. It's right at the, just across the 49-yard line. They're going to say 3rd and inches. Gain of 9 on the play, or I'm sorry, 11 on the play for Booth. Gives him 139 yards now. And they're going to pick up the 1st down with the fullback dive.
Well, this is Holton. Run left, run right, and run middle.
Yeah.
Not too fancy, but they're good at it.
It's well schemed.
Yes, it is.
Now option to the far side as Lares has nowhere to pitch it, keeps it. and brought down in the backfield. Nice hit by Ethan Brooks, coming up from his safety spot to shut that one down. Loss of 1 on the play.
And just like we was talking about there, Jebber played the outside pitch man, forced the quarterback to keep it, turn it upfield, and the help was there.
And that'll do it for the first quarter. Trojans down by 10. Holton with some big plays and a lot of rushing yards to start this one out. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Farmers Bank is a proud supporter of Girard schools. For generations, Farmers Bank has worked with local leaders, businesses, and residents to help shape the future of Southeast Kansas. Farmers Bank is proud to have helped with the growth and development of the communities we serve. As partners in business and friends in life, Farmers Bank is looking forward to a brighter tomorrow. Farmers Bank, with locations in Walnut, Hepler, St. Paul, and Girard. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Celebrate, recognize, build. That's the promise of Wilbert's Signature Awards and Engraving. Owners Greg and Missy Scott are committed to helping their customers celebrate special moments, recognize achievements, and build relationships. With a huge selection of Trojan gear, plaques and awards, custom leather patch hats, trophies, and so much more. Plus, while you're there, stop in next door to find the latest fashions from Aubrey at Scott & Company. Wilbert Signature Awards and Engraving. Learn more at wilbertawards.com or call 620-724-0341.
Holton with it here on 2nd down and long. The carry straight ahead across the 40-yard line as we're back in action here in the second quarter. And that was Booth carrying it there. Got about 8 yards on the carry. Yeah.
Yeah, not surprised by how fast that first quarter went by. This is going to be a running football game. But like we were talking in between the break, we might have to make some adjustments because they are just overloading our corners right now, getting to the outside. We're not very good at beating it right now.
Wishbone once again. The handoff goes straight ahead to Booth. They're going to be right close to a first down here, and you know if they're at 4th and 1, this is a team that's going for it. They're averaging about, 40 yards a carry at this point.
Yeah, I don't know if they brought a punter with them today, Josh.
So Trojan defense needs to bow up here. It's 4th down and 2. They have gotten some stops. There's some tackles for loss in this game. You got to think this one's probably coming straight at you if you're the interior of that Trojan defense. And here it comes, Booth, right through the line. He has a first down to the Trojan 32-yard line. He needed 2 and got himself about 6.
He's fast. Yeah. I don't know if it shows it on camera, if it's all buddy at home, but in person, watching him out this window, that kid is fast.
Unofficially, 153 yards on 7 carries, 2 touchdowns. 1 touchdown for Booth, I'm sorry. And that's Lairs going around the end on the quarterback keeper, and he has about 7 yards on that carry. And it's just like clockwork. Clock continues to tick, and these guys pick up good chunks of yards every time they run the ball.
It is just a well-oiled machine. That's all you can really say about it. I mean, you think with how the game is developing, you have to pass, but obviously you don't. Holton is just a perfect example of it.
I don't know. We talked during the break, guys. Is it outlandish to think of adjusting personnel and putting some bigger bodies out there on the outside? I know you sacrifice some speed, but at least you're more difficult to block out there because they're getting a lot of blocks on defensive backs down the field.
Yeah.
That was Fletcher carrying that time.
I mean, I guess I'm not Philpott, so I can't make that final decision. But I don't see your logic being wrong at all. I mean, they've only thrown like a pass a game.
They average 1 pass per game. I mean, if you can force them to pass, that's
win.
Better for you. Right?
I don't know.
two tight ends. Wishbone again, right up the middle, and another touchdown, and that's Fletcher. The other back stings the Trojans, and that is his second touchdown of the game as he scores it from about 22 out. Now the Trojans in a deep hole. Biggest hole of the season.
Not what you want to see, that's for sure.
There's still 9 minutes to play in the second quarter.
Yeah.
And Holton's narrowing in on 200 yards worth of rushing here. There's a quick pitch to the outside, and Fletcher in for the two-point conversion. And I don't see... Oh, there's a flag holding against Holton.
We lost camera. We'll get it back. There it
sorry.
is. It's back.
Just turned off on me. We're back, though. That was odd. Well, turned off on me, but we're back. We're fine.
Terrell, don't push buttons.
I didn't push any
no
buttons.
button
Okay.
pushing. So they back it up with the penalty. And
oh, man.
now we're going to see a kick attempt from Lairs. 30-yard extra point attempt here. Feels like the air conditioning's on.
Yep.
The air coming out of this vent is not warm. Kick up from Lairs. High kick. They say it's good. Holton leading at 20-3 over the Trojans. Rough start to this one for Girard fans. Not the way they wanted to see it go here early. A lot of work for the Trojans if they want to get back into this one. We'll step away for a quick break. We'll be back. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Here at the Smith Agency, we love being part of our hometown, and we know it's the people who make our community great. That's why this year, we're on the search for our hometown hero. Hometown heroes are individuals who go above and beyond impacting people's lives. Hometown heroes are children, parents, seniors, they're leaders, and they're everywhere. Nominate your hometown hero, and at the last home game of the season, they'll be recognized with a $100 gift card to Heroes Barbecue. Contact our office and nominate your hero today.
Oh, the Holton Wildcats struck again on a 22-yard touchdown run by Jaden Fletcher. Senior tailback, 5'7", 175 pounds, and they really are narrowing in on about 200 yards of rushing here in the first half, and they've had the Trojans number here tonight as they lead this one 20-3 over the undefeated Trojans. Girard 10-0 last year when they headed into Holton. Had a rough game up there on a very cold night. A kick returned by Kester out across 20 to about the 21, and that's where the Trojans will have it, 1st and 10 to start this drive. And Holton has run the ball very effectively tonight, and Trojans don't often get a chance to look at the wishbone, and not many teams in the eastern Kansas run the wishbone. Holton might be one of the few.
Yeah, 100 years ago they ran the wishbone a lot.
Yeah, yeah. Of course, you know, Nebraska and Oklahoma and lots of other schools won national championships running the wishbone back in the 70s and 80s. And it's a tough offense to stop, sometimes even if you know what's coming. And Luke Nigaman keeping it himself, and Holton, you look that the faked handoff to Kester was covered. Nigaman's keeper to the outside, well covered. Gain of about 3 on the play. and just good disciplined defense by the Wildcats.
Yeah, perfect. Played that pitch perfect. Luke read it perfect. It just, right now, Holton is hat on hat just beating the Trojans.
Trojans have a bit of an undersized offensive line, and it's been kind of pesky and scrappy this year. Tonight, Holton getting the better half of him. Scales with the catch, out across the 45 to midfield, down to the 48-yard line, and the Trojans are going to need a lot more of that, I think, if they're going to get back into this one. And Luke hit him on the quick slant, and Brock able to do the rest, yards after catch, out to the 48.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to beat Holton by doing their game. You got to change something up. You just got to keep trying different things because you can't go down without a fight in this.
About a 30-yard pass play that time to Scales. 3 wide again here for the Trojans. Luke's going to keep it himself again this time across the 40. 35, lowers his hat, pushes forward down to about the 30-yard line. Call it the 31, first down Trojans.
Right, and that's what that passing game will do, is soften that defensive secondary and allow a few more yards at the line of scrimmage.
Gain of 17 on the play for Luke Digabin.
And you know, like you were talking earlier, they've seen the option every single day in practice for their entire life. It would be smart to change it up and just, I mean, they don't see the pass very often, obviously.
Well, I mean, you know, I would assume there's lots of teams that are pass happy up in Northeast Kansas. There's time out on the field. Holton wants to talk it over. See the Trojans heading over, talking things over with Coach Philpott as well. And guys, we'll stay right here. I think the Trojans are just really going to have to take the reins off of that offense and start trying to push the ball down the field, because the defense hasn't given you the indication that they're going to get many stops here tonight against this Holton offense. And so this offense is going to have to score points for the Trojans if they're going to stay in this one.
I agree. I think the Trojans will probably score more than 3 before this game's over, but it's going to rely on the defense must have to get a few stops or turn them over or something.
Well, Holton, not a team known for turning the ball over, and they do a good job of taking care of it and dominating time of possession, and that's going to win you a lot of ball games no matter what part of the world you're playing in. They're certainly having a lot of success here tonight against the Trojans, and I couldn't believe it last year when Holton traveled down to Frontenac and Frontenac came away with the win there. That blew my mind. I mean, I couldn't see that team that we played the week before coming down and losing to Frontenac. And sometimes teams just match up well against each other, and Holton matching up real well here tonight against the Trojans. And that's nice carry up in the middle that time by Adam Shireman. His first carry of the ball game, and he has about 7 yards.
Yeah, another thing to note about that Frontenac team is they were big up front and very good at stopping the run up the middle. But how we beat that Frontenac team, at least from what I saw, was just that constant breaking it outside and getting those big gains. So something's going to have to break here soon.
A couple big pass plays, too.
Yes.
Lingaman keeps this one, pitches it out to Ethan Davidson, looking for the edge, has it, and close to a first down. I think he has a first down. They're moving the chains. See where they spot it. It's right in front of the Trojan bench. They got it at the 18-yard line, give him a gain of 7.
Trojans moved the ball all game.
And
here.
another timeout for Holton as they burn their second timeout here of the first half. I guess you can't take them with you. We'll take a break. You're watching Trojan Football on Girard Sports Live.
Hydrix, your dependable independent. Depend on us for service, for selection, for price. Get huge Samsung savings. Leave notes, sync calendars, and display your photos on the new Samsung Family Hub refrigerator. Plus, get free same-day delivery. Why shop for appliances where the motto is do it yourself when you can depend on the know-how of people who live appliances every day?
The only thing better than our price is our service. Hydrix, Fort Scott, and Girard.
.651 left to play here in the first half. Trojans trailing the Holton Wildcats 20-3. You're watching Girard Sports Live, presented by Crochan. Trojans with a 1st and 10 at the Wildcat 18-yard line. They threatened earlier but had to come away with a field goal. Trying to punch it in for 6 here as Shireman pushes ahead off tackle. And he's across the 15 to about the 14-yard line. A gain of, looks like about 6 there on the carry for Adam Shireman.
This is a good drive so far. Like you said, the last one ended with just a field goal. But points are points, and any way that you can get them, you need them against this team.
I think if the Trojans could get within a score of Holton here before the half, they'd be happy with that result. And Shireman with the carry again. This one stopped near the line. As Holton's defense rallies to the ball that time. Going to say no gain on the play. It'll bring up a 2nd down and about 5, 4.
Plus a flag.
Yep. And it's against the Trojans. Not good news for Girard. It's going to back them up. I didn't see the call. Was it a hold?
It's a chop block.
Chop block. Well, give and take, you know. Everybody's going to get their opportunity to chop block tonight. Sets up a 2nd down and very long. About the 27-yard line. Snap, Nigaman back to pass, pumps, now throws over the top, has a man, and it scales, touchdown, Trojans. Beautiful pass by Luke Nigaman, and the Trojans have their first touchdown of the ball game. They cut the lead to 11, pending the extra point.
Yeah, and that's not something you see very often out of a high school quarterback. Luke pumps, looks off the safety to the other side of the field. Caleb runs a double move and gets him right over the top. Safety's too far away to cover it, and a beautiful pass by Luke puts it on the money, and Girard scores, getting this game back down to 10.
3 receptions for Caleb Scales, 1 touchdown. And the Trojans trail it by 10. We'll step away for a quick break. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Call's service is outstanding in their field, especially for those that are stuck, well, outstanding in their field. Call's carries a wide selection of farm, industrial, and heavy-duty tires, all from the best brands in the business. And they've got farm service trucks ready to go. Plus, Call's continues to be the place folks go for car and truck tires, repairs, oil changes, and so much more. If you're in the market for new tires in Southeast Kansas, make the right call to Call's Service, 620-724-4121. See more at callservicellc.com.
Garrett Humble set to kick this one away for the Trojans. Jess, how about a drive summary?
Yeah, Trojans go 7 plays, 79 yards, 4 minutes. Touched off with that 27-yard touchdown pass from Luke Nigaman to Caleb Scales. Trojans trail 20-10.
Short kick going to be fielded at about the 15-yard line. And a good return being put together, and not what the Trojans needed here, as they're going to give off a kick return touchdown to the opposing quarterback, but there's a flag on the play. And it could be coming back, and man, the Officials save the Trojans there. And it'll back Holton up, but Girard's got to get some tackling taken care of tonight. The old Spanish bullfighter tackles aren't going to work tonight against this squad. They're not just going to run out of bounds to keep from getting hit, that's for sure.
And when Fletcher broke through that initial wave of Trojans, he kicked on the afterburners and was leaving the maroon jerseys behind.
The one thing this Holton squad does have is really good speed. And they showed it off right there, but the penalty brings them back to the 35-yard line where they'll start out 1st and 10. Double tight, wishbone formation, handoff straight ahead. And that's Garrison Booth, and he'll have a 1st down, a gain of about 11 on the play.
Yep, the offense proved that they could do it. They came out, they scored a touchdown. Now the defense needs to make a stand, help out their offense a little bit, and get a stop. Stop them any way you can. Even a field goal would feel like a win here.
8 carries, 164 yards unofficially for Booth. I mean, eesh. That one straight ahead and fullback. And Trojans do a good job of stopping that one up for a short gain. Brings up a 2nd down at about 9. And get the feeling from this Holton squad that they're a 4-down offense. They're not punting on 4th and 3. you're gonna get it run right at you again. So the Trojans are really gonna have to be physical here on defense, man up, and try and get a stop here. They haven't gotten one yet tonight. As we tick under 4.5 to play here in the 1st half. Double tight, wishbone again for Lares. Handoff goes to the back, and it's one of those things where you just kind of got to tackle everybody because you're never sure who has the ball with the wishbone. It's a gain of about 7. It sets up 3rd down and 3, and Holton's got 2 downs to get 3 yards here.
Why they're averaging about 9 yards a carry on the season.
Yeah.
On the season, tonight they're averaging about 29 yards a carry. And this time Lair's keeping it around the end, gets the corner, has the 1st down across the 40, brought down at about the 36-yard line of the Trojans, 1st and 10 for Holton. Call it a gain of about 9 on the play.
Well, just right back to it. Run right, run left. It's going to be a majority of this game, then it's going to be done quick.
There's that 9-yard average, Jeff.
Yeah. There it is.
And timeout on the field. Trojans going to talk it over. Defense back on its heels a little bit like they have been all night. We'll take a quick break as well. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for more than 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Stop in soon and pick up your very own Girard Trojan Instant Issue mascot debit card. While you're there, be sure to ask about Secure Lock, mobile banking, Guardian Secure Checking, and People Pay. Learn more at mybankcnb.com. Community National Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Girard Schools.
Member FDIC.
Go Trojans!
Well, guys, now you see why Holton only throws the ball once a game. I mean, just to show they can, I guess. For a statistical anomaly.
And they might do it when they're way ahead just to practice.
Yeah, just practice. Yeah, sure. Trojans trying to get a stop here desperately, need one. And there's a flag. They're blowing this up. And it's going to be a false start against the Wildcats. It'll back them up 5, and we'll do it again.
And they've been on the verge of me wanting to say something all game about that right side of that Holton offensive line leaving before the ball snapped. It's pretty easy to get a good offensive push when you get a head start.
Yeah, they have been doing that all game. I'll agree with you on that one.
If you can get away with it.
Might as well.
Yep. First and 15 again. Handoff comes near side. It's Fletcher. And he's going to get dropped after a gain of about 3 up to the 39-yard line.
Well, more stops like that. Just keep doing that.
Second down and long. We'll see if they can stop the option when it comes. Trojans not been able to keep them from getting around the end tonight. Here it comes. This is a quarterback keeper by Lairs. Hits the corner and shoved out of bounds after a gain of about 8 on the play. And as you can hear, the Trojan crowd wants holding called, but I'm sure every team that Holton plays wants holding called on every play. And it's going to set up a 3rd and 1. About a 9-yard carry there for Lairs.
2 downs to get the 3rd down also. Gosh. What a boring offense.
Boring and effective.
I guess that's why they throw once a game, just to keep the excitement.
I don't know. Pitt State won a lot of games not passing very much. And they're going to have 1st down straight ahead that time. I think that was Fletcher. And it's 1st down and 10 for Holton from the Trojan 29. Just methodically matriculating the ball down the field.
Yep.
Burning clock as we're under 2.5 to play here first half. And Trojans managed to stop that one for a short gain, about 3 on the play. And I'm going to be real honest with you guys. I have no idea who was even carrying the ball right there.
I think it was Booth.
Was it Booth? Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Huh. I'm not ashamed to admit it either, because there's been some times nobody knew who had the ball. That one's Booth right through the gut, untouched into the end zone, touchdown Holton.
Well, they're 4 for 4 on their drives, touchdown each time. Is it Booth every time, or has it been someone else?
Now Fletcher's got 2.
Oh, okay.
And Booth now has 2.
That's all I expect out of him.
10 carries, 189 yards, 2 touchdowns unofficially for Booth in the first half.
That's a good stat line for 4 games.
Yeah. And Trojans really just don't have an answer for the scheme here tonight, much less the team, because Holton's got some very talented players, and they're executing their offense flawlessly. And there's the 2-point conversion by Jaden Fletcher to make it 28-10 Holton. 1:47 left to play first half. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
If you're in the market to buy or sell a house, land, or commercial space, look no further than Lehman Realty. Locally owned and operated, Jason Lehman and his staff are ready to meet the needs of every client. When it comes to your listing, you can trust that Lehman Realty will take the time to get to know you and your property. Lehman Realty is a proud supporter of Girard Trojan Athletics. Learn more at www.lehmanrealty.net or call Jason at 620-724-8020.
Well, Trojan scored on a beautiful pass to Brock Scales. Holton answers right back, marches right down the field, and they come away with a 22-yard touchdown run by Garrison Booth. And now they lead it 28-10 over the Trojans. Did I say Brock again?
Yeah.
It's Caleb Scales had the beautiful touchdown catch.
Brock's little brother.
Yeah, Brock's like, hey, thanks, man. Low angling kick. This one fielded by Kester at about the 15-yard line. got a decent return. They're going for the strip. Made a man miss, spun out of a tackle. And brought down at about the 38-yard line. No flags. That's where the Trojans will have it 1st and 10. A minute 39 to play here, first half.
Well, get a score before half. Let time not allow Holton to score this time. Maybe that'll stop them. Go into halftime with some momentum. That's all you can ask here.
Three wide this time for the Trojans is now Kester motions out of the backfield, 4 wide as they throw over the top. And the pass was there. Caleb Scales hurt his knee trying to adjust to the pass, and he's down on the Trojan sideline and just kind of stepped awkwardly on that right leg. And now he's down, so Aiden Damon into the game in the receiver spot for the Trojans, and they're going to have the Trojan training staff take a look at Caleb Scales, and something nobody wants to see. I mean, if you're, doesn't matter which team you're rooting for here, you want to see all these kids come out of the game healthy. And Caleb in quite a bit of pain over there on the Trojan sideline. Game goes on. Bo Harris in motion. Niggman back to pass under pressure. Screen pass out to Ethan Davidson. And man, what an open field tackle by Garrison Booth. And then a late hit, and there's a flag for the late hit. And that one's going to go against Trevor Barnett. And that's the second time that I've seen tonight that he's done a late hit. This time he draws the flag for it. There it is, personal foul. And Barnett will head over to the Holton sideline for a discussion as the officials mark the penalty off. But a good open field tackle by Garrison Booth, because it looked like Ethan Davidson was going to break that one for a lot more yards than he did. It ended up being about a 5-yard gain for Davidson when it looked like it could be 30. 3 wide again this time for the Trojans. Niggman back to pass, rolling far side, being pursued. Throws back against the grain, has a man, catch is made by Bo Harris. He's hit hard at the 22-yard line, and there's another flag against Holton as they're kind of a questionable shot. I think in the NFL that's a clean play. In high school, a little bit dangerous, flying in there with the shoulder on a defenseless receiver. It's one of those bang-bang plays that sometimes officials let it go, sometimes they'll throw the flag, and this time the laundry option.
Well, in college, they call that targeting, and the player is ejected. You can't lead with your head on a defenseless receiver.
I think he led with his shoulder, but it was a hit on a defenseless player. Oh, they're going to call targeting. Yep. And I believe that was Garrison Booth that they called that on. Now, I don't think in high school you get ejected for targeting, as Barnett returns to the field for Holton. 1st and 10 here for the Trojans. That pass completion to Bo Harris was 12 yards. First player tonight not named Caleb Scales to catch a pass for Girard. Timeout on the field. Trojans want to talk it over. We'll take a timeout as well. Trojans knocking on the door. Minute 16 to play, first half. They trail it 28-10. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Farmers Bank is a proud supporter of Girard schools. For generations, Farmers Bank has worked with local leaders, businesses, and residents to help shape the future of Southeast Kansas. Farmers Bank is proud to have helped with the growth and development of the communities we serve. As partners in business and friends in life, Farmers Bank is looking forward to a brighter tomorrow. Farmers Bank, with locations in Walnut, Hepler, St. Paul, and Girard. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Trojans trailing at 28-10 here in the waning moments of the first half. They do have a first down and 10 at, call it the Holton 11-yard line, so they can get a first down without scoring. As they try to answer back here, Nigaman rolling to pass, has a man. It's, again, Bo Harris, and it's off his hands, incomplete. Stops the clock with 1:11 to play. That was a little bit high and behind Harris.
And that's scary when your receiver reaches up and
it goes up in the air.
And the ball goes up in the air. A lot of blue hats circling that ball.
Everything just kind of slows down like right before a car wreck.
Kind of hear a collective gasp from the crowd. Just kind of a, I don't know.
Too wide this time to the near side. Damon and Scott Moore. Trojans go with the running attack right up the gut. They don't want to leave Holton any. You want to score, but you also don't want to leave Holton any time for their offense to score. As Alex Kester carries that one down to the 5-yard line, it brings up 3rd down and 3 for the Trojans.
Do you think if they had a 1 minute or 30-second drive left, do you think they would pass? Do you think Holton would pass? I'd say no.
You never know. Luke back to pass again, has a man. It's batted away in the end zone. It was there, but the ball was late, and Holton's defense able to recover. Scott Moore was there, but the pass needed to be high where he was the only one who could go get it, and instead it was down at about chest level, and the defender able to bat it away. Incomplete, and sets up a 4th down. Trojans going to bring out the kicking unit.
Points are going to be valuable. Tough angle from this close from the hash.
Kick is up, and it's good. Humble cuts the lead to 15 as the Trojans trail it 28-13. We'll step away for a quick break. We'll be back. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live. Welcome back to Frank Jamison Field. Trojans set to kick it away here. Trailing at 28-13 right before halftime. Less than a minute left to play here in the first half. As this is, oh man, they've got some good kickoff return protection. Does Holton as they get it out near midfield. And they're in business here with 29 seconds. Just how about a drive summary for the Trojans?
Yeah, Trojans take about 1 minute off the clock there. They go 55 yards in 6 plays and kick a 21-yard field goal. They still trail the Holton Wildcats 28-13.
Well, Girard's already done better offensively than they did last year up in Holton.
Yeah.
Need to get a stop here going into half. Of course, Holton. Girard's going to have the ball to start the second half, I would think. Here's that option play near side. Lares gets it out, and here's Garrison Booth. The Trojans able to force him out of bounds as he smartly runs out of bounds at about the 34-yard line, and it stops the clock with 21 seconds left to play. That's like a 25-yard option pickup, and if you can't stop that, long night. Long night. The Trojans, I would put some meat out on the corners and force them to pass. There's a snap. Now they're going to go option far side, and the pitch is there. And this is Fletcher, and he's into the end zone for the touchdown.
Flag down.
And there's the flag. And it goes against Holton, so that saves the touchdown for the Trojans. And it's going to back the Wildcats up. Let's see how far. That was a chop block?
Holding.
Okay.
And now they're only down to 11 seconds.
They only need about.
Well, yeah, on that play.
How long does it take Fletcher to run to the end zone? Yeah.
I'm just going to go on a limb and say they're probably going to run option near side this time.
You think?
I'm not a betting man, but.
You should be if you make that call.
Here it is, option near side. Pitch out to Booth. Gets through the Trojan defense, hit hard by Anthony Pike at the 30-yard line, but not before he picks up about 12 yards. And that's going to end the first half. Trojans and the clock get a stop, and they trail at 28-13 at the break. We'll take a break, and we'll be back with the GN Bank halftime show. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Do you have a construction project that just needs that custom touch? Are you looking for a contractor who can get it all done? Roof to floors and everywhere in between? Then call Dustin Sneed at DS Construction. With more than 20 years of industry experience, DS Construction specializes in new construction, roofing, renovations, and more. There's no job too big or small. For a free estimate, call DS Construction.
Well, hold everything. I think they granted Coach Brooks Barta a timeout with 3 seconds left on the clock, and I should probably turn the crowd mic down. Trojan fans not pleased with the officials granting that timeout. But now Holton going to get another play.
Trying for a field goal.
They're trying for a field goal here, and this would be 47 yards from this spot for Matt Lares. You know, the way these guys have played tonight, it would not surprise me. It's high, it's short, and that should do it for the first half. Trojans trailing at 28-13. Again, we'll take a break and be back with the GN Bank halftime show.
Do you have a construction project that just needs that custom touch? Are you looking for a contractor who can get it all done? Roof to floors and everywhere in between? Then call Dustin Sneed at DS Construction. With more than 20 years of industry experience, DS Construction specializes in new construction, roofing, renovations, and more. There's no job too big or small. For a free estimate, call DS Construction at 620-724-0209. That's 620-724-0209.
Whether you're suffering from the latest bug going around or have a chronic illness that needs regular monitoring by a physician, Girard Medical Center clinics offer quality care for your family close to home. 5 clinics are available throughout Crawford, Cherokee, and Bourbon counties, including Girard, Arma, Frontenac, Cherokee, and Uniontown. Our express care is also available Saturdays, Sundays, and most holidays for the unexpected illnesses that arise. Girard Medical Center clinics and express care, caring for our communities one patient at a time.
Family owned and operated, GN Bank has been providing customers with the highest quality of financial services in a friendly and personal way for over 100 years. Whether you have personal, business, or agricultural needs, GN Bank is big enough to handle all of your banking needs, yet small enough to provide you with that personal touch you've grown to expect from a community bank. GN Bank, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans, equal housing lender, member FDIC. Learn more at gn-bank.com.
A partner in your fields and in your success. That's what you get with Murphy Seed. Channel seedsman Matt Murphy knows your fields and can recommend the elite seed products designed to perform in your area, maximizing the profitability of every acre. With Murphy Seed, you'll get year-round, hands-on, customized service. To learn more, call Murphy Seed at 620-249-6419. Your partner at every stage. Matt Murphy and Murphy Seed. Roto-Rooter is proud to serve Girard and the surrounding area, offering sewer and drain cleaning, as well as septic and grease trap pumping 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. From toilet clogs to video inspections, sewer line repairs to complete replacements. To make an appointment, call 620-231-5630. Roto-Rooter is now owned by GHS alum Braden Peak and GMS teacher Heather Peak, and they are proud to support the Trojans. Roto-Rooter, 620-231-5630. See their ad in names and numbers.
For years, James Brumback and Brumback Service Center have been keeping area residents on the road with high quality and fast service. Let's face it, none of us have time for a breakdown, so be sure to stop by Brumback's for preventative maintenance, oil changes, and tire repairs. Brumback's is also your place for new tires with a variety of quality brands to choose from. Brumback Service Center, 312 East St. John in Girard. Call 620-724-6770. Good luck, Trojans, from Brumback Service Center.
Welcome back out to Frank Jameson Field. We're at halftime of tonight's Kansas Class 3A playoff matchup between the Girard Trojans and the Holton Wildcats. At the break, Holton on top of this one, 28-13, largely behind the rushing performance of one Garrison Booth, who has unofficially 204 yards on 11 carries, 2 touchdowns. And then also Jaden Fletcher with unofficially 6 carries, 60 yards, 2 touchdowns. And that running attack for Holton is just kind of dazzled and perplexed the defense of the Trojans here tonight. Girard with a touchdown and a couple of field goals of their own. The touchdown coming on a 28-yard pass play from Luke Nigaman to Caleb Scales, who shortly after that went out of the game with an apparent knee injury. We'll wait and see if he's able to return here tonight. We do want to let you know that our halftime show is brought to you by GN Bank, where they've been providing customers with the highest quality financial services in a friendly and personal way for over 100 years. Personal, business, or agricultural needs, turn to GN Bank. Learn more at gn-bank.com. Well, Jess ran out of the booth for a minute. Daryl, just a really rough first half for the Trojans, and an opponent like the likes of which they have not seen this year. And this Girard team, a lot more suited for an opponent that wants to come out and throw the ball a lot against you. And they haven't had a team come out and just be completely dedicated to the run and be so effective at it as Holton has tonight, and it's really, really giving them fits.
Run all the way down the field and just score touchdowns every single time. Trojans have not faced this kind of adversity at all this year, and obviously they haven't faced a team quite like Holton this year either, I don't think. I mean, I would say probably Burlington or Galena were our closest matchups this year going into half.
And if you think about how Galena scored against the Trojans, it was around the end using speed, and that's something the Holtons really had tonight. And they got a few guys, a trio of guys in that backfield who have really good speed. And the edges of that Trojan defense are just not holding up tonight against the option attack of Holton. I mean, they are getting scores on their regular bread and butter plays, the dives and the counter plays, but really what has the Trojans worried and what opens up those counters and dives is them desperately trying to shut down that run around the outside, because they've gashed them tonight with that option.
Yeah, and it's a point to bring up because our edge, and I'm saying this kind of with a grain of salt in it, they really haven't had to tackle this year all that much. I mean, they've focused on the edge for mainly passing situations, and Holton is not a team who passes, so you kind of decide what you're going to do. I mean, do you keep your corners in that whole game, or like we've been saying, do you maybe beef up the outside, try and get a little more tackling prowess out there, because right now we can't stop them.
Well, Jess, will bring you back in and talked about the edge of that Trojan defense just really not holding up well against the option, and that opens up the bread and butter running plays, the dives and the counters and stuff up the middle, and we've seen pretty much Holton be able to run their offense without much trouble against this Trojan defense.
Yeah, the Trojan defense has only had minimal stops for short gains. Holton's been able to rattle off a lot of big hits, but I agree. It doesn't seem to me, and I can't. I'm not a coach. Phil Pott and Hudson will get this deal lined up, but every time Holton runs that option play, our outside linebacker, you have to take the ball. So he takes the ball, forces the pitch, and we've seen Holton's quarterback pitch it while he's all wrapped up getting ready to get tackled, and there's just no Trojan defenders on the outside. So I don't know what scheme, where to come from.
Well, the defensive backs are getting blocked up, and they're not able to get off of those blocks and make a play, and then the next guy isn't there for 15 yards down the field.
Or 40.
Or not at all.
Yeah.
And it's just a recipe for disaster for that Trojan defense. Well, it's a black eye, but that's our eye on the game, brought to you by Kennar Eye Care. And Kennar Eye Care is making sure you can see what you're looking at. Kennar Eye Care, with locations in Pittsburgh and Girard, is here to help their valued customers. Learn more at KennarEyeCare.com. We're going to take our second break of the halftime show as we move closer to kickoff here. The second half, Trojans trailing it at the break, 28-13. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Thanks to your support, Kennar Eye Care has expanded. With double the space, they offer more exam rooms, larger optical selection, and extended hours to fit your schedule. And with the latest technology, they can quickly diagnose any eye-related issues. All patients are welcome at Kennar Eye Care, the clear choice for your family's vision.
Hydrix, your dependable independent. Depend on us for service, for selection, for price.
Get huge Samsung savings. Leave notes, sync calendars, and display your photos on the new Samsung Family Hub refrigerator. Plus, get free same-day delivery.
Why shop for appliances where the motto is do it yourself when you can depend on the know-how of people who live appliances every day?
The only thing better than our price is our service. Hydrix, Fort Scott, and Girard.
Thanks to your support, Kennar Eye Care has expanded. With double the space, they offer more exam rooms, larger optical selection, and extended hours to fit your schedule. And with the latest technology, they can quickly diagnose any eye-related issues. All patients are welcome at Kennar Eye Care, the clear choice for your family's vision.
Farm Bureau is proud to support Girard High School student athletes. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, their #1 goal is to make insurance simple. Agents Judge Sasho, Lori Johnson, and Lisa Sasho take pride in educating their clients and members. There's a lot of information out there, and at Farm Bureau, they can explain it in a way that relates to you, so you can apply it to your life, family, farm, and future. To learn more, contact Judd, Lori, and Lisa at 620-724-4213. Go Trojans!
Welcome back to Girard, Kansas. Frank Jameson Field at the break. The Trojans trailing the Holton Wildcats 28-13. And Jess, you got a score update from just down Highway 7 in Columbus, where they're hosting Topeka Hayden.
Yeah, Hayden's up 50-0.
Like 5-0?
5-0.
You don't have a speech impediment?
Nope. I'll double check, but that's what the last time Max Prep said.
Ouch. Well, Columbus's Cinderella run looks like it's coming to a abrupt halt tonight down there in the heart of Cherokee County, here in the heart of Crawford County. Trojans trailing at the break, but they, the good side is they've scored more points than they did in this matchup last year. The bad side is that they're a touchdown shy of giving up what they did all night last year, and we're at halftime. So they've got to come up with some answers defensively against this Holton squad. And like I said, they haven't seen anything like this all year. They haven't seen a team that dedicated to the run. But everybody on this side of the state knows that Holton's going to come in and run the option at you. But like we often say with the Trojan offense, you know what's coming, but can you stop it? And so far tonight, Girard has not been able to stop that option.
Nope, and all good coaches, I've said it 1,000 times, all good coaches get paid for halftime adjustments. So,
well, Trojans are going to have to make some adjustments, like a serious adjustment.
Big adjustment.
Yeah, crazy Ivan adjustment here at the half.
Yeah, so my max prep says Hayden's up 50-0.
Yep, that is that first digit is a 5. How about that? Putting it on the Columbus Titans tonight. Other local teams in the playoffs, I believe, tonight. Humboldt in action against Nemaha Central in Humboldt. That's in Class 2A.
Colgan's playing.
Colgan is playing. I don't know
know
off the
where
top
they
of my
are.
head
Yeah,
who
I
they're
don't know where
playing
they
tonight.
Pittsburgh and Mill Valley.
Yep. That's a tough draw for the Purple Dragons tonight, taking on Mill Valley. Well, you're watching the GN Bank Halftime Show on Girard Sports Live, presented by Crochan, your community technology partner. Trojans trailing at the break. We'll step away for another chance to pay some bills, and we'll be back with the second half kickoff. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
The farmer's friend in the field is Crop Care. With their industry-leading crop scouting, Crop Care can catch diseases, bugs, and other yield-robbing issues before they affect your bottom line. Crop Care also offers grid soil sampling and plant sampling with lab-tested results, giving you an unmatched advantage. With coverage across the entire region, Crop Care has insight that can help you avoid problems before they start. Give Kurt or Josh Harris a call at 620-687-4795. Crop Care, the name says it all.
Here at the Smith Agency, we love being part of our hometown, and we know it's the people who make our community great. That's why this year, we're on the search for our hometown hero. Hometown heroes are individuals who go above and beyond impacting people's lives. Hometown heroes are children, parents, seniors, they're leaders, and they're everywhere. Nominate your hometown hero, and at the last home game of the season, they'll be recognized with a $100 gift card to Heroes Barbecue. Contact our office and nominate your hero today.
Mathis Drug Store Incorporated has a proud Girard history of more than 50 years. Glenn and Karen Mathis took over the store in 1983 from Glenn's father and have been providing outstanding customer care and service since. At Mathis, they know their customers by name and value their support. Primary goal is to provide fast, accurate, friendly service. Mathis is a full-service pharmacy that accepts most insurance plans and supports competitive cash pricing. Mathis Drug Store, a proud supporter of Girard High School student-athletes.
Call's service is outstanding in their field, especially for those that are stuck, outstanding in their field. Call's carries a wide selection of farm, industrial, and heavy-duty tires, all from the best brands in the business. And they've got farm service trucks ready to go. Plus, Call's continues to be the place folks go for car and truck tires, repairs, oil changes, and so much more. If you're in the market for new tires in Southeast Kansas, make the right call to Call's Service, 620-724-4121. See more at callservicellc.com.
Well, we're getting some conflicting reports about that Columbus game. You've got a score quote from our YouTube sister station, Titan Sports Live, and they have it at 22-12 at the half with Topeka Hayden out in front. What do you attribute that inflated score on Max Preps? Is that Catholic propaganda from Hayden, or what is that?
Yeah, but
it's like watching coverage of the Ukraine war. You're not really sure what's actually happening and what's not.
Yeah,
man.
Well, thanks. Yeah, thanks for the
thanks for the update.
Yep, for the update to let us know that
the truth serum
wrong I was.
50-0. I thought that was obscene.
I just looked on the phone and that's what it said.
Yeah.
It's a smartphone.
Well, I'm glad to hear that Columbus is doing better than 50-0 at the break. Oh man, I'm like, this Hayden team's a buzzsaw. Well, Trojans facing a little bit of a buzzsaw of their own here in Holton, and they did not get a defensive stop the entire first half. I guess maybe you can call it a stop on the final drive because time ran out, and they missed a field goal right at the buzzer. But other than that, Holton been able to pretty much get whatever they want offensively with that running game tonight. The Trojans going to have to make some adjustments coming out of the half, and I just I kind of shaking my head at a loss for words on what those adjustments might be.
Right.
I mean,
do better.
Yeah, all around the board. Tackle. I'd say the huge things probably don't give up. I mean,
yeah,
it's
for
only 15. You score. Girard scores at least 35 points every game.
Well,
might
up
as
to
well
this point,
score some more.
They don't traditionally give up 28 though either.
No, but
so,
hey,
they're really going to be tested here in the second half.
And that's what tests what's a good team and what's not. If they were going to go on and do this, they were going to be down at some point in the playoffs. So they might as well overcome now. They might as well come back and win this game because you really got nothing else to lose.
And that's what I was going to say there, Daryl. When you get this deep in a playoff run, the easy games are over.
Yeah.
And it's just true testament of the gut of these boys to come back here and make up the deficit and play this second half as a 0-0 ball game. And
I'm racking my brain trying to think about what the halftime score was last year.
Ooh, I think it was 20.
I think it was 20. I want to say 21 or 28 to 7.
I think it was 21 or 22.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I was cold.
Yeah, I remember. I remember not being able to feel my feet or my hands or my legs.
Yeah.
Much better in this press box, I'll tell you that. It's still a cold night here tonight in Girard, but not nearly as windy and much more comfortable in the press box. But I think that's part of the home field advantage for Holton.
The icy tundra.
Yeah. The sitting outdoors in the cold. And the Wildcats will kick this one away. Trojans will have the ball here to start the second half, and this is a big drive for Girard. They got to come out of here with some points. Kester and Davidson back to receive the kick from Lairs. Here it comes, a deep kick. Davidson will have it at the 5-yard line. Makes a move across the 25, out across the 30, brought down at about the 32. No flags on the play. Trojans will have it there, first down and 10.
I say go out.
I swear I think the air conditioning's on in here, guys.
Well, these two big windows that's open in front of us.
Well, there's cold air blowing out of this vent down here by my feet. I mean, who's running this place? The Marquis de Sade? All right. Too wide to the far side for the Trojans. Kester in the backfield. Nigaman will keep it himself across the 35 to about the 36-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play for Luke. Unofficially, 6 carries, 35 yards for Nigaman tonight. And that was the right read, but again, Holton's defense adjusted quickly, able to make the stop after a gain of about 4 on the play. Sets up second down and 6 for the Trojans at the 36. Too wide to the far side. Damon and Scott Moore. Handoff goes up the middle, and Kester able to fight ahead to about the 40-yard line, and it'll set up a third down and 2 for the Trojans.
Well, this is good news to start off with. A couple of 4-yard carries, getting down to third and manageable. I mean, it's all you can really ask for against this team and because of what we've been doing right now. So convert this third down, set the trend, go down, score a touchdown, and come out with a different second half.
This time Damon, the lone wide receiver, to the near side. Harrison motion. Handoff goes up the middle to Kester, and he's going to have just barely enough of the first down up to the 42.
Well, the far side official has him marked there. Yep, waving the chains on. Good deal.
Yeah, first down run for Alex Kester.
Well, Josh, they needed 2, and they got 2.
Yay.
Yeah. 6 carries, 20 yards tonight for Alex Kester unofficially. Just not the kind of first half he's used to. Holton's been a really tough up the middle here tonight. Damon, the lone wide receiver. And again, it goes to Kester up the gut. He's going to get to about the 45. He's brought down by the better half of the Holton defense.
Yeah, the goal right now is kind of just reestablish that offense, reestablish the running game that we're so good at and able to run all year, just so that we don't have to rely on the pass so much.
Sets up a 2nd down and 7. Harris in motion. Trojans wanted an offside, but I'm not sure that Jaden Fletcher actually entered the neutral zone there. Pass goes to Damon. He goes down to get it and has the catch for a 1st down at the Holton 45-yard line. Well, with Caleb Scales out, Aiden Damon's going to become the prime target for Luke Niggeman, and right there he comes through with a good catch for a 1st down up to the 45, a gain of about 12 on the play. 1st and 10 Trojans. 3 wide this time. Moore and Davidson on the near side. Aiden Damon on the far side. Kester in the backfield behind Niggeman. Luke keeps it himself. Not a lot of room there, and he'll push forward for a gain of about 2 on 1st down.
Not much doing. It's kind of a slow start here, but they're going slowly. They're just getting yards as they need 'em.
Methodical drive here by the Trojans. If
it ends in a score, it's perfect.
Yep.
Yes.
2 wide to the near side, Moore and Damon. Harris and Davidson wingbacks. Harris in motion. They'll run a pitch. The ball's on the turf, and Davidson able to get on top of it. But that's a big loss for the Trojans. And just good pressure coming through that side of the offensive line by Holton, and able to bust up that option play, cause the bad pitch. And fortunately, Ethan Davidson able to get on top of it for Girard. But it sets up a 3rd down and forever from the Trojan 44-yard line. They got to reach Holton's 35 for a 1st down on this play. Oh, here comes the old heave-ho. Luke back to pass. Being pressured, gets it away, and just out of the reach of Aiden Damon, could only get one hand on it. And it brings up 4th down and very, very long for Girard, and they're in a punting situation. And that one play really just killed the drive. And you take your hat off to Holton as they dialed up some pressure off that side of their defensive line. And it was just at the right time to bust up that option play for Girard. And now Trojans set to punt it away here to a very potent offense and return game for Holton. Niggeman short end-over-end kick. It's going to drop and take a Holton bounce and be down at about the 38-yard line. So that punt didn't even go as far as they needed to go to get a 1st down. Just things not going well tonight in any facet of the game for the Trojans. Now the defense, with their back against the wall, they have to come up with a stop here if Girard wants to stay competitive in this game.
Yeah, and you cannot afford those mistakes, so you've got to try and force one yourself here. Get the ball back any way you can.
Double tight wishbone again. Lairs in the backfield. Handoff's going to go to Booth. Shakes a couple tackles. Now he's in the open field, and it's a foot race. And he's going to get caught from behind by Ethan Davidson at about the 6-yard line. But man, oh man.
The damage is done.
"62-yard run that time by Garrison Booth. 266 yards on 12 carries unofficially for Booth. Now this time it's Fletcher with it, and he pushes ahead into the end zone. Touchdown, Holton. So 7 carries, 66 yards unofficially for Fletcher, 3 touchdowns. And Holton extends their lead 35-13 with 6.5 to play third quarter.
Well, I think the main point is that there's still 6.5 minutes, and I think crazier things have happened with this much time left. So no reason to give up hope yet. Still got to keep playing. Try and get momentum any way you can and come back.
And the kick is good. Holton leads at 35-13. We'll take a quick break and come back. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
The Producers Co-op Farm Store is committed to making your life easier by supplying you with the things you need for your farm and home. As always, the Producers Co-op Farm Store has a great selection of farm and ranch supplies, including pet supplies, ranch and corral building supplies and equipment, automatic waterers and feed bunks, tack, dog food, pet and animal health supplies, workwear, boots, and much, much more. Come in and check out the great deals on lots of new merchandise as well. Proudly serving Girard, the surrounding area, and proud to support the Girard Trojans.
Well, Holton scored on a 6-yard touchdown run by Jaden Fletcher, but it was all set up by a 62-yard run by Garrison Booth to set it up. And Booth, 12 carries, 266 yards, and a pair of touchdowns unofficially. I'm sure it's probably more than that. As Matt Lair is set to kick it away. Davidson and Alex Kester back to receive for the Trojans. A knuckling kick, going to bounce out of bounds. The Trojans will have some of their best starting field position of the night, as they'll have it 1st and 10 at their own 35.
Yeah, best starting field positions, right? Holton really has just dominated every aspect of the game. The score doesn't really show it. I mean, it's 35-13. It really is a better game than what it feels like right now. I mean, there's not much else you could say about it. There's a lot of things that feel totally crushed, but.
Well, you just take your hat off to this Holton squad.
Yeah.
They came in here tonight. They executed their game plan. They did it just like last year. And the Trojans haven't had an answer for it. They knew what they were getting coming into this game, and just the defense just hasn't seen it before, and they've really gotten the best of the Trojans tonight. Handoff straight ahead. And, it doesn't help the Trojan offense when your best receiver goes down with an injury, but, it's a next man up type of situation.
Yeah, and it appears Scales is out for the rest of the game. I think he's out of his jersey, so. You got to hope it's not something too serious. I'm sure he'll be all right and be able to come back for baseball season, whatever he's got next.
2nd down and 8 for the Trojans after the short gain by Kester. Nigaman back to pass. Over the top has Damon, and he's got the catch inside the 30 at about the 27-yard line. So the Trojans not going to go down with any bullets in the gun, that's for sure. And they come up with a big pass play from Luke Nigaman to Aiden Damon. Sets up a 1st and down and 10 for the Trojans from the 26-yard line of the Wildcats.
Yeah, what a great play. What a great route. Aiden just kind of
outran. He twisted back because it was a little bit behind him, able to make the catch, adjust. And Trojan offense in business. And running the ball is great, but at this point, they need chunks of yards. You want to keep the defense honest, but they're going to have to get some plays like that. Play action, Luke back to pass over the middle. Has Ethan Davidson inside the 5 at about the 4-yard line. 1st and goal, Trojans, and they're moving quickly. There's a lot of pride on this Girard side This team, second year in a row, they've gone 10-0. And they're definitely wanting to perform better than last year when they faced Holton in the playoffs. Luke going to keep it this time, straight ahead, and into the end zone for the touchdown. Luke Nigeman with the 5-yard touchdown run. And the Trojans trail it 35-19, pending the extra point. Quick drive that time by Girard. They pushed it down the field behind a couple of big pass plays. First from Nigeman to Aiden Damon, and then a pass over the middle to Ethan Davidson. And then Nigeman able to carry it in from the 5-yard line to get the score. Now Girard going to go for 2 here. Scott Moore, the lone wide receiver on the near side. Nigeman back to pass once again, throws this one out in the flat, and it's incomplete. And the Trojans trail it 35-19. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Cherokee, and Uniontown. Our express care is all.
Girard Medical Center is one of the area's best places to work. Are you a nurse? Does caring for patients on a more personal level sound appealing to you? Then you'll love our lower nurse-to-patient ratio. We also have positions open in other departments. Benefits include state employee health plan, 457 retirement plan with match, life insurance, paid time off, plus employee and family discounts on services. Best of all, your coworkers are like family. For more information, contact Greg Sullivan, Director of HR, or apply online at girardmedicalcenter.com.
Welcome back to Frank Jameson Field. Trojans scored on a 5-yard touchdown run by Luke Nigeman. Cut the lead to 35-19. The 2-point conversion was no good. Now Garrett Humble set to kick it away for the Trojans. And just we were discussing during the break, I mean, you might start consider doing some onside kicks here. I mean, they're getting it out to about the 45 every time anyway. And is this Lairs coming back the other way? I think it is, and he fights off a couple tackles. There he is at the 45. Yep. So you're near midfield. Might as well just onside kick it and try and get the ball, because now you got to come up with a defensive stop. Yeah. But how about a drive summary for the Trojans last possession?
Yeah, they took about 1.5 minutes off the clock and only ran 4 plays to go 65 yards. Topped off with the 4-yard touchdown run by Luke Nigeman. The 2-point conversion is no good, so the Trojans trail here 35-19.
1st and 10 for the Wildcats from their 47. Great field position to start the drive. Double tight, wishbone. Lairs make sure the backfield knows the play. And the handoff goes to Fletcher, and he's going to pick up about 3, maybe 4 yards on the carry.
Yeah, making sure the backs know the play, maybe just turning around and telling them, hey, you're getting the ball this time, because it seems like every single time it's just an option of who wants it.
Hey, Jaden, it's going to you.
Yeah. It's like backyard football.
Yeah, it looks like it, but anybody who knows much about this wishbone offense is actually, there's a lot of nuance,
right?
A lot of intricacy in this offense. Low snap, Lairs handles it. Booth has it, runs through about 3 tackles, hurdles a man, and he's down inside the Trojan 40-39, first down, Holton.
Yeah.
Call it a gain of about 12 on the play.
We were talking about beefing up the outside, but it doesn't really do much good when they're attacking your inside.
Yeah, when they're running right through the gut of your off defense.
But
13 carries, 278 yards. I wonder what the record is for rushing in a playoff game in the state of Kansas. We got 3.5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter.
You can do it.
Double tight wishbone. Lairs gets the snap. Handoff goes to Booth. Breaks right through the middle of the Trojan defense. Makes a man miss. Now it's a foot race. 10-5. Penalty flag down. Looks like this one's coming back. And see, I saw the flag before I wrote in my stat book. That's the most important thing, guys. And it's going to go against the Wildcats. Personal foul, tripping.
Good.
Not a call you see too often.
Yeah. Dudes be tripping. I kill me. Tell you what. I backs them all the way up to back to the Holton 45, 44-yard line. Just right off the helmet of the Trojan logo out there at midfield.
Well, here's your chance. Get a stop now.
Yeah, if you're going to get one, this is going to be the drive to do it on.
Exactly. This is your chance.
Holton hadn't had very many negative plays.
Double tight wishbone again. Handoff goes to Booth. Same play. Trojans wrap it up this time for a gain of about 4, maybe 5 on the play up to the 49.
Well, about 2nd and 25-ish. That is more than their average this year. So
2nd and 22. Yeah, it's if you're Holton, you're like, this is 2nd and manageable.
Yeah.
Man, I don't think they'll get too worried till it's
4th
and 22.
Yeah. And then they'll still just run the option play to the outside.
Offset I. Now here's the option near side. Pitch goes to Booth. Trojans pursuing, but he gets around the corner. 40. Has the first down across the 30. I think he stepped out of bounds, but they're going to bring him down at about the 11-yard line. And it'll be 1st and 10 for Holton from there. And there's that option again, guys, getting around the corner. And the pursuit just a hair too late. Alex Kester was pursuing and just a half step behind. And, you know, you're a half step behind, there's 40 yards.
And I like to put a clock on this Booth. How fast is he in a 40-yard dash? Because this kid, when he sees green in front of him, man, he hits that hole and leaves us in the cloud of dust.
I don't know. There needs to be some Pitt State recruiters here tonight looking at that dude.
He's good.
Just don't let him go to Emporia. And there's a flag on the play as the handoff goes to Fletcher. I'm trying to get the yardage on that run from Booth. Jess, you got any idea on that?
Yeah, from the 49 to the 11, so 30.
40 yards?
Yep, exactly.
That puts him over 300 for the game.
So we got a...
He's run all right today.
A hold here on Holton.
15 carries, 323 yards.
Not bad.
What's the average on that? Somebody get the calculator out.
323 yards, you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got it. You got it? Get mathological on it, Daryl.
That's 21 and a half yards per carry.
Ooh. Low snap. Lares handles it. Handoff goes to Fletcher, and he's going to be wrapped up and driven back by a bunch of Trojans. And
well,
gain of a couple there.
Looks like 2nd down and long. Just about the same situation it was. A little bit shorter. I mean, you know what they're going to run.
But it doesn't matter what they run, it's all working. So.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, I want to see him pass. I want to see what the Lares kid can do with the arm.
I'm not sure he actually has arms.
Just legs.
Handoff goes to Fletcher again. And he's going to get pretty good yardage there, up to about the original line of scrimmage at the 11. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Trojans trail at 35-19. Holton knocking on the door, but they're looking at a 3rd down and long. When we come back, you're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Now more than ever, Croccan is dedicated to helping keep families connected, workers to collaborate, students to learn, and businesses to continue to serve their customers, and even for doctors to treat their patients. Croccan's reliable high-speed fiber-to-the-home network means no buffering movies or grainy video conferences, no matter how many people are using it. Call or go online to sign up for the fastest and best internet in Southeast Kansas. Croccan, need to stay connected, you need Crochan.
Family owned and operated, G&N Bank has been providing customers with the highest quality of financial services in a friendly and personal way for over 100 years. Whether you have personal, business, or agricultural needs, G&N Bank is big enough to handle all of your banking needs, yet small enough to provide you with that personal touch you've grown to expect from a community bank. G&N Bank, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Learn more at gn-bank.com.
Getting set for the fourth quarter. 12 minutes left. And it's a big 12 minutes in the Trojan season right here as they trail at 35-19. They're going to need to come up with a stop here. 3rd and long for Holton as they come out in the offset eye. Behind Lairs in the backfield. He'll keep it himself, running option far side. The pitch a little bit behind Booth. But he gets it and in for the touchdown. And that's pretty much going to put this one on ice. I know there's a lot of time left here in the fourth quarter, but you're not going to win if you can't get a stop. And so far, the Trojan defense has no answer for this Holton option. They're getting the edge every time. There's not one time they've run that option that they haven't gotten the edge. From the first play of the game to right now.
Exactly. There's not much else you can do. I mean, offense can do all at once, but like you said, they have not gotten a single stop, a single one. You can't win if you do that. Defense wins championships, and if your defense isn't playing, you can't win a championship. That's how it goes.
Is that a 12-yard run for the touchdown there, Joe? 8. 331 yards, 3 touchdowns for Garrison Booth, and this is getting like in the neighborhood of video game stats at this point, like we're playing Tecmo Bowl or something.
Yeah, this is Bo Jackson on Tecmo Bowl.
That's right.
He's going to start running backwards. And
I haven't seen anybody bounce off of him, but
Girard had a penalty there. I don't know what it was. That moved Holton up halfway.
So now they're going to go for 2.
Why not?
And there, double tight, wishbone. Straight up the gut with this one. Booth gets hit in the backfield by Kotzman and brought down for a loss on the play, and that 2-point conversion, no good. Trojans trail it 41-19. We'll take a quick break and we'll be back. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Whisper a phrase into a person's ear, then pass it on to a group of people. Notice how the message changes by the time that the last person hears it? In business, consider word of mouth in the same light. What people say may turn into something different than you would like it to be. It can't be controlled. That's why Norris Advertising provides proven ad solutions through radio, billboards, and digital sign sales, allowing your message to be controlled by the person that knows your business best. You, Norris Advertising, a proud sponsor of Trojan Athletics.
Well, another dominating rushing performance tonight by the Holton Wildcats as they've just run the ball up and down the field on the Trojan defense tonight. There's no two ways about it, no ways to polish that one to make it sound better for Girard. You don't give up 331 rushing yards to an individual and have much positive to say about it.
Yeah, that's not the team, that's an individual.
Right. But, you take your hat off to that young man, Garrison Booth. That's a talented player, and he's been getting to the outside on the Trojans as they pick up the kick that looked like it was going to roll out of bounds and then stalled right at the sideline, and Kester picked it up. But now Trojans are going to have it at their own 10-yard line, and this is a long way to go here for this Girard defense if they want to try and answer back here. Keep this game in the neighborhood of respectability.
Well, we've joked about it this year, but you got really nothing else to lose this late in the fourth. Not even late in the fourth, sorry, this late in the game.
Yeah.
This late in the, it feels late in the fourth because they run so much.
We gotta go almost 12 more minutes.
Yeah.
Of this.
5 wide, throw it deep, see what Luke can do.
Sheesh.
I mean, You got no other options.
Well, Trojans come out 3 wide. Nigerman in the pistol. Kester in the backfield with him. Here's the snap. Luke's going to run option and keep it himself. Open field tackle at about the 20-yard line. And Trojans slow to get up. It's going to be okay, though, looks like. As Luke picks up the first down for Girard out to the 21, so a gain of, or to the 22. Call it a gain of 12 on the play.
And I love the heart. I love how hard he's still running this late in the game. He doesn't want his season to end, but you got to start going quick. I do not see why they're getting in a huddle. I would just keep rolling down the field.
Back to pass. Throws a screen to Ethan Davidson, makes a man miss out across the 35, across the 40 to about the 42-yard line, and that's going to be another first down for the Trojans. And I think Holton just kind of content to give up about 10 yards of play here and just use that clock as the 12th man. As time continues to run now, down under 11 minutes to play in the game. Trojans have moved the ball fairly quickly.
That screen was about 1 block away from going to the house right there. That was a well-designed play.
Yes, it was. It worked earlier, but that guy made the great open field tackle over here.
We've seen a lot of good open field tackles by Holton. This is just a fundamentally sound team. Luke trying to run option, and Holton had it read dead to rights, and he's dropped for a loss in the backfield. There's 2 defenders waiting on Ethan Davidson and 2 defenders coming after Luke, and that play was never going anywhere. And it is a loss of about 4.
Yeah, you're right. Holton had 2 defenders on the ball and 2 defenders on the pitch man, so Luke did all he could just to sit down and live to play another day.
It's one of those fetal position. It's the best thing you can do right there.
That's just protecting the body there.
And the football.
Yeah.
Please, please, please.
2 wide to the far side, 1 to the near side. Damon on the near side. Moore and Davidson, far side. Pass over the middle behind Ethan Davidson, incomplete. Stops the clock with 9:55 to play. 3rd and long now for the Trojans, looking at about a 3rd and 14.
Yeah.
That was one Luke had to get rid of quickly, and just the timing was off on it. You credit the defense with that as well. Pressure will throw off your timing. And now Trojans in an obvious passing situation here. And we'll see if the protection holds up for Luke. 1 man comes free. He runs, rolls out. Pass caught on the near side by Ethan Davidson. It's going to be a first down Trojans at the Holton 42.
What a play there by Ethan to let that ball get to him, maintain a foot in bounds. As a defender, he heard the footsteps coming. He took a big shot. Good throw by Luke under pressure. These Trojan boys, there's a reason why they've won 20 games in the last 2 years. They have a great team. They're still going to fight down to the wire here.
And I think Luke's had to make more pass attempts tonight than he has all year long, but still the passing game has looked pretty good. The bright spot of the offense is Davidson trying to get around the corner. Cuts inside of Booth across the 40 and fights forward to about the 37-yard line. And talk about making chicken salad there for Ethan Davidson, because it looked like the defense had him caught dead to rights in the backfield, and able to make a nifty cut and get moving vertical. Picks up about 6 yards on first down.
Yeah, you want to know something interesting about that play? Booth still made it to the outside before our player did.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's a quick lateral player right there.
And he's going both ways.
He's going, but he has not stopped this whole game.
Luke back to pass again behind Ethan Davidson coming across the middle. And that you're trying to get that pass right in front of those linebackers, and it's there. But he's having to make that throw very quickly. And it's one of those throws that it's a short dart, basically, to a guy running a crossing pattern. And when you're under pressure, that's a hard throw to make.
Very hard throw to make.
3rd down and 6 now for Girard. And Coach Philpott calls a timeout and talk things over with his offense. We'll take a timeout as well. Trojans trailing 41-19. 9 minutes left to play here in the ball game. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Farm Bureau is proud to support Girard High School student athletes. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, their #1 goal is to make insurance simple. Agents Judge Sasho, Lori Johnson, and Lisa Sasho take pride in educating their clients and members. There's a lot of information out there, and at Farm Bureau, they can explain it in a way that relates to you, so you can apply it to your life, family, farm, and future. To learn more, contact Judd, Lori, and Lisa at 620-724-4213. Go Trojans!
Trojans looking at a 3rd down and 6 here coming out of the break. Three wide in this set. Nigaman in the pistol, gets the snap, back to pass, being pressured. Screen pass over the middle to Alex Kester. Has a catch, crosses 25, fights off one tackle and another, and he's going to forward progress, going to be stopped at about the 22. And it'll be a 1st down for the Trojans from that spot. Luke Nigaman a little bit limpy after avoiding the pressure on that pass. And there's a call against Holton. Didn't see what the call was. You guys see what
I saw him make a motion, but I have no idea what he's doing.
Yeah, not very distinct with his gestures.
But maybe.
Oh, personal foul. Probably roughing the passer would be my guess, as Luke came up a little lame on that. And he got the pass off in plenty of time. Holton defender not able to pull up or not willing to pull up, one or the other. 1st and 10 for the Trojans from the Holton 12. Now they're going to run reverse to Davidson. Now looking to pass. Now he's going to tuck it. Good decision, Ethan. And he pushes inside the 5 to about the 3. He's close to a Trojan 1st down. They need the 2 for a 1st down. And he's just inside that. I'll bring up a 2nd down and short. Gain of about 9 on the play for Davidson. Unofficially, 5 carries, 42 yards for Ethan Davidson. And Trojans go straight ahead to pick up the 1st down. And they didn't get it.
Yep,
So now
yep,
3rd.
Nope, they give it to him.
Oh, they did? Okay.
Yep.
The dial-it-down guy is a little slow.
Yeah. I was watching that too the whole time.
Like, did they not get that? The 1st down and goal for the Trojans from the 1. And Alex Kester straight ahead, crosses the goal line. And the Trojans punch it in. They trail at 25-41, pending the extra point. What has been a very physical game between these two squads. One has been a little more physical than the other tonight, running the football. And the Girard defense, it comes down to not being able to get a stop and not being able to stop that rushing attack from Holton. And apparently not many teams have this year. They started out with a setback against Nemaha Central in week 1, but since then they've been full steam ahead. And speaking of that, Luke Nigaman punches it in for the 2-point conversion. And the Trojans trail at 27-41. We'll step away for a quick break. We'll be back. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Farmers Bank is a proud supporter of Girard schools. For generations, Farmers Bank has worked with local leaders, businesses, and residents to help shape the future of Southeast Kansas. Farmers Bank is proud to have helped with the growth and development of the communities we serve. As partners in business and friends in life, Farmers Bank is looking forward to a brighter tomorrow. Farmers Bank, with locations in Walnut, Hepler, St. Paul, and Girard. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Welcome back to Frank Jameson Field. Trojans trail it 41-27. Put together a nice drive, aided by some penalties that time. Jess, how about drive summary?
Yeah, they took 4 minutes off the clock, but they ran 11 plays to go 89 yards, topped off with a 1-yard touchdown run by Alex Kester, 2-point conversion by Luke Nigaman. Trojans are trailing 41-27. We're going to see an onside here.
I hope
you
so.
would hope so, or at least a kick out of bounds. That'll buy you 10 yards. There's your onside kick, and Holton able to get on top of it.
Yep.
As it was dribbled directly at a defender. It never took that just funky hop that you're looking for.
Never took that good bounce.
It just skidded straight to a guy in blue and white. And now Holton with it at midfield. But really no harm, no foul.
I was going to say, it's about
every kick they've returned has ended up near midfield.
Same position they've had.
Like either onside it or kick it out of bounds. Trojans see if they can get a stop here. They haven't gotten one yet tonight.
Interception right here.
Holton's offense has been automatic. Well, they got to throw a pass for us to get an interception.
Pig in the grass. Do something.
Handoff goes to Booth, and he's up to the second level before he's brought down at about the 44-yard line of the Trojans. Give him 7 yards on the carry. Just a mere 7 yards there for Booth on first down.
Kind of one of his off runs of the night.
Yeah, it's almost like he's quit on us.
Well, you know, as the game progresses, you get tired, and you're not able to break off those big runs.
Tell you what, Daryl, if I ran 338 yards just at any point, at any pace, I would be tired. Booth still rattling them off here in the fourth quarter. Second down and about 4 now for Holton from the Trojan 44. Offset eye. Hand off the fullback straight ahead. Girard there for that one as Kotzman gets a hand on him. And they'll pick up about a yard or 2 on the play. And it'll bring up a 3rd down and 2.
I think it's the first time he's ran the ball today, is it?
I believe that was Jakari Washington.
I think so, yes.
Senior, 5'8", 210. A lot of kids on this Holton squad up over 200 pounds. So they got some good size. Not a lot of height, but they got some good size. And there's Booth again. Cuts right through. I mean, nobody touches him until the 3rd level of the defense. It's uncanny the way he just slices right through those holes. Comes up limping here. And he's going to head over to the Holton sideline. Just tweaked his ankle a little bit coming down off of that one on his way to the ground. And it looks like he's going to be okay. Does set up a 1st down and 10 for the Wildcats from the Trojan 31-yard line. And not that they don't have any other weapons to go to.
I think they'll be fine.
Wishbone double tight behind Layers. And that time, fighting ahead was that Fletcher?
Yep. Yes.
And he's going to have about 6 yards on 1st down.
Well, I tell you what's been the equalizer in this game. We're used to seeing our defensive line pretty much dominate up front. They are usually able to clear just ungodly wide pass for our linebackers.
Yeah.
And this game, it just hasn't been there. The Holton offensive line, they pack it. You can't get past them. And they've just done a great job tonight and just outplayed our line.
Brooks Barta, I would think Coach Barta would hold Booth out for the rest of the game. I know I would. and save him for next week because this one's all but over, as we're now under 5 minutes to play here, and Holton comfortably out front, 41-27. Nope, here comes Booth back in the game. Just all I had to say was, I'd hold him for next week. Well,
he wants 400 yards.
There's a reason I'm not a coach, I guess. Yeah, he's going for 400 yards. He's currently sitting at 18 carries, 350 yards. I'm going to run out a stat sheet here for him in a minute. I'll have to start drawing on the wall.
They put a whiteboard in here for you.
And this time a quarterback keeper by Alaires, and the Trojans stop that one, but we have a Trojan player down holding his knee, and not a good sign. It's Joel Jubber, but he looks like he's going to stay in the game as he got back up. Might have just knocked knees with him.
That
Yeah,
hurts.
I think so.
That hurts.
Oh, that just hurts.
Hurts real bad. He's trying to shake it out right now out there on the field. Trojan fans trying to get fired up, give their defense some support, as now Holton looking at a 4th down and 2. Offset eye in the backfield behind Lares. Goes to Fletcher, and he's going to have enough for the first down up to the Trojan 20-yard line. And just when you think they might get a stop, nope. Needed 2, got 3.
Good effort, though. They had him, hands on him in the backfield.
And is that Kotzman who was down,
Yeah.
slow to get up? He gets up holding his shoulder. He waves off players from sideline now. He's going to come off. Wanted to stay on, but the coaches are like, nah.
Not worth it, big man.
Yeah, don't hurt yourself.
Drake's had a heck of a good year.
Yes,
Yes, he has. He's just a junior, isn't he?
Yes,
he is.
Yeah, so he's going to have another year. And Anthony Pike able to stop that one for a short gain. Oh, no, they can call a loss of 1 on the play.
A loss?
Yeah, what?
They've got a Trojan timeout.
And Girard talked this one over defensively as they got some guys a little bit dinged, and they need to maybe get them straightened out. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back. You're watching Trojan Football on Girard Sports Live.
McClellan Sanitation is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. McClellan Sanitation is also proud to have been serving Girard and the surrounding area for decades. McClellan Sanitation offers residential, commercial, and roll-off services. As a locally owned and operated company, owners Dave and Candy McClellan and their employees are dedicated to providing the highest quality customer service. To learn more, call McClellan Sanitation at 620-724-8486. McClellan Sanitation wishes the Girard Trojans the best of luck this season.
Second down and long here for Holton as they lead comfortably over the Trojans, 41-27, under 3 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter. Here's that option to the far side, and for once, they don't get around the corner as I believe it was Ethan Davidson able to come up and make the tackle on that play, and it's a loss of 1, set up a 3rd down and 12 for Holton, and another timeout for Girard. We'll take it as well. Getting late, Trojans trailing big. You're watching Trojan Football on Girard Sports Live.
Now more than ever, Croccan is dedicated to helping keep families connected, workers to collaborate, students to learn, and businesses to continue to serve their customers, and even for doctors to treat their patients.
They're down and long now for Holton. And they draw the Trojans offsides. Well, there's something we hadn't seen tonight that hadn't gone wrong for the defense. Until now.
Just kind of a culmination of events right now. It's all coming together to...
Still going to be about a 3rd down and 7.
Yeah, but that's below their average yards, so I think they'll be fine.
You sound a little defeatist, Daryl. You're so
Well,
positive earlier.
You know, I still believe in them to come back. But there's only so much time in the game.
Yeah, you know, we just got to operate in the realm of reality here. It's tall order. And it looks like they may stack this one up for a loss. Kotzman in there and several other Trojans to make that play.
Well.
And now 4th down and long. So are we going to see another long field goal attempt here from Holton? Or are they going to keep the offense out? Looks like they're going to keep the offense out on the field.
How much you want to bet? It's the option play
Yeah,
to the near side.
option near side. Here it comes. Everybody in the stadium knows.
I want to see him throw a pass. I think that would just be so awesome. I want to see a pass.
Me too, and a pick 6.
That's what I'm saying. Pass, pick 6,
onside
kick,
Yep, yeah.
tie ball game.
So you're saying there's a chance.
You're saying that. Nope, option near side.
Option near side. And he's going to get around the corner and score. Polaris gets his rushing touchdown.
Yep.
Call it about a 17-yard touchdown run by Matt Lairs. And I laugh to keep from crying as the Trojans now trail it 47-27.
Oh, boy. Well, I heard that Colgan lost their game 36-12. I'm still not sure who they played, and I've been reading some of your text, Jess, saying Columbus is losing. I think CNC's sadly going to make an exit here.
Yeah,
in this 3rd round of the playoffs. It was a valiant run, though.
Yep, rough night for the teams from Southeast Kansas. Low snap, and Laird's just going to throw this one out the back of the end zone.
It's a pass.
And there's your pass, yep. Incomplete.
Shocker.
And the Trojans trail it by 20. Minute 40 left to play. We'll step away for a quick break. We'll be back. You're watching Trojan Football on Girard Sports Live.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. Trojan fans can find us at 408B North Grand in Pittsburgh or call 620-232-7305. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
Well, the old option right gets the Trojans again, and they trail it by 20. Here with a minute 40 left to go. Holton set to kick it away. There's kick end over end, going to be fielded at about the 15-yard line by Alex Kester. Cuts it upfield, has a gap, and he's going to fight forward to the Trojan 40-yard line. Good field position for Girard to start this drive, but only a minute and a half left to play in the game. And just a rough night for Girard. Tough opponent, tough draw. We knew when we saw Holton coming down the road at the schedule what we were looking at because we saw it last year, and much the same this year. As Trojans just don't have an answer for that option attack, and there's no real good way to practice against it if you don't run it yourself. And just didn't have an answer for it tonight. Couldn't get a stop. Haven't gotten a stop yet. Nigaman back to pass on 1st down. Little screen pass to Alex Kester. Has some room to run across midfield. 45 stood up and fights forward to about the Holton 40-yard line, just outside the Holton 40-yard line. And now Kester looks to be shaken up a little bit after that play. Holding his right arm. He's fine. He tells the coaches he's fine. They're like, no, you're not. And so he'll head off the field.
I'm sure Westcott would be upset if he got hurt.
Yep. Nope. Yeah, Coach Westcott's like, please, guys. Please. So Shireman in the backfield now for the Trojans. Davidson in motion in the flat. Pass over the middle to Damon. A dangerous pass. High for him. Almost picked off by Lares. And Ethan Davidson's open in the flat, but Luke looking down the field trying to get chunks of yards.
Yeah. I mean, there's really no good in going to the flat. To be fair, there's really no good in doing anything right now because it's kind of hard to score 3 touchdowns in less than a minute. Unless you had Garrison Booth on your team.
Yeah, yeah. Then you just run option left or right.
Right, yeah, yeah. Whatever side of the field's bigger, they just run option to it.
Back to pass again, and Moore high and off of his hands, incomplete. Stops the clock. 51 seconds left to play, and kind of a somber tone here in Girard tonight, but a great season overall for this team, but just kind of bitter to watch it come to an end again here against this same opponent, much the same fashion on your home field.
But it has been a wonderful, great time watching these boys play all season.
And they've played some really good games.
Yes.
And come out and performed really well against a lot of opponents that we thought were going to give them a lot of trouble. And they've looked really good this season. But just a really tough opponent here tonight, a tough scheme to play against. And Holton's been fundamentally sound in every facet of the game. Offense, defense, special teams, they've been good.
Right.
And at times they've been great. And Garrison Booth is a real deal. And I hope he doesn't go to Emporia or Washburn.
Well.
Or Hayes.
Yeah.
Or Northwest Missouri.
We're going
or
to have
Central Missouri. Let's run down the list of MIAA schools I hope he doesn't go to.
We're going to have a penalty on the Trojans.
Yeah. That's going to negate that pretty good looking pass play there.
That little screen. That screen's been pretty effective.
It's there because they're bringing pressure and then dropping back. There's not a lot left in the middle of that defense when they do.
Yeah, I'd like to look back at Holton's schedule and see how many times they've give up 27 points. I think the Trojans offensively has worked fairly well.
Yeah, it's just defensively they couldn't stop Holton. That's the biggest deal of the game. Nice catch there by Aiden Damon. It's going to be a first down for the Trojans up to the 30 as we tick down around 30 seconds to play here in the game. Stops the clock to move the chains. As they set, they'll roll it again. And Girard's still firing.
Yep.
Going to go down blazing, that's for sure. Luke to Aiden Damon, and just out in front of him, Aiden gets a hand on it, but unable to haul it in. Stops the clock with 21 seconds.
Yeah, and you'll probably hear me say it 5 more times through now in the post-game show, but so it makes these boys, 20-2
over 2 years?
Over the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Man, it's been a fun ride. We're going to lose quite a few seniors off this team, like quite a few.
Yeah, some big pieces this year.
Yes.
Like last year, you're like, oh, we only lost a couple guys. We're bringing back a lot of dudes this year. It'll be a very different team next year.
Yep.
Luke rolls far side to pass. Moore unable to haul it in. Diving catch, no good. And that'll bring up third down. Stops the clock with 17 seconds left to play.
Yep.
So, I mean, just Daryl, there are a lot of your classmates, but just a great bunch of boys. To see them on and off the field and what they do in the community. And there's just, I don't know them probably as personal as you do, Daryl, but I mean, every one of them boys are just good kids.
They really are. And Girard, of course, the year's not over yet. They still have 2 more sports seasons to go through, but the Girard community is going to have a big hole in its heart after this.
Oh, that one over the middle, thrown into double coverage, picked off. And that was Caleb Hernandez, senior, 5'9", 129-pounder basically puts the last nail in the coffin for the Trojans as Luke had to get rid of it, threw it over the middle into coverage, and it's picked off. A rough way for the season to end, especially for Luke Nigaman, who really led this team. And you saw him evolve this year from the quarterback he was last year to who he is this year. And I think that score over there on the board is indicative of it, because last year's team couldn't convert many passes against Holton, and they've certainly improved in the passing game from one year to the next. And, of course, there's not a 40-mile-an-hour wind tonight.
Yeah.
But Holton now into victory formation. This will be the final play of the ball game. And the Trojans fall to the Holton Wildcats 47-27. We'll step away for a quick break, and we'll be back with the Leah Smith Agency Farmers Insurance postgame show. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Chicken Annie's Girard is a proud supporter of Trojan athletics. Chicken Annie's of Girard serves up the area's best fried chicken and a whole lot more. Check out their weekly specials like chicken and noodles on Wednesdays, Thursday nights kids nights, and Friday boneless wings. Oh, and don't forget about those delicious homemade pies. Stop in or enjoy their mouth-watering favorites at home with carry-out and catering available. Chicken Annie's Girard, continuing a Southeast Kansas tradition. Learn more at chickenanniesgirard.com or call 620-724-4090.
Farmers Bank is a proud supporter of Girard schools. For generations, Farmers Bank has worked with local leaders, businesses, and residents to help shape the future of Southeast Kansas. Farmers Bank is proud to have helped with the growth and development of the communities we serve. As partners in business and friends in life, Farmers Bank is looking forward to a brighter tomorrow. Farmers Bank, with locations in Walnut, Hepler, St. Paul, and Girard. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
You've enjoyed life. Over the years, your community has become your passion, something you hope future generations get to experience, just as you have. That's why the Girard Area Community Foundation has worked hard to help fulfill charitable goals and inspire generosity, meeting the needs of the communities they serve. Creating a legacy fund with GACF ensures what you leave behind is an effective and lasting improvement in the community you love so dearly. Make plans to visit GirardAreaFoundation.com, preserving traditions for those who follow.
Here at the Smith Agency, we love being part of our hometown, and we know it's the people who make our community great. That's why this year, we're on the search for our hometown hero. Hometown heroes are individuals who go above and beyond impacting people's lives. Hometown heroes are children, parents, seniors, they're leaders, and they're everywhere. Nominate your hometown hero, and at the last home game of the season, they'll be recognized with a $100 gift card to Heroes Barbecue. Contact our office and nominate your hero today.
If you're in the market to buy or sell a house, land, or commercial space, look no further than Lehman Realty. Locally owned and operated, Jason Lehman and his staff are ready to meet the needs of every client. When it comes to your listing, you can trust that Lehman Realty will take the time to get to know you and your property. Lehman Realty is a proud supporter of Girard Trojan Athletics. Learn more at www.lehmanrealty.net or call Jason at 620-724-8020.
Family owned and operated, G&N Bank has been providing customers with the highest quality of financial services in a friendly and personal way for over 100 years. Whether you have personal, business, or agricultural needs, G&N Bank is big enough to handle all of your banking needs, yet small enough to provide you with that personal touch you've grown to expect from a community bank. G&N Bank, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Learn more at gn-bank.com.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for more than 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Stop in soon and pick up your very own Girard Trojan Instant Issue mascot debit card. While you're there, be sure to ask about Secure Lock, mobile banking, Guardian Secure Checking, and People Pay. Learn more at mybankcnb.com. Community National Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Girard Schools.
Member FDIC.
Go Trojans!
Welcome back out here to Frank Jameson Field. Trojans fall tonight to the Holton Wildcats, 47-27. We want to let you know that our post-game show is brought to you by Leah Smith Agency Farmers Insurance. Leah has over 10 years of industry experience in both Kansas and Missouri. Let Leah and her staff find the right coverage for your personal or business needs. To learn more, call 620-670-4590. Proudly serving our community and cheering on the Trojans. Well, guys, rough outcome here tonight for the Trojans, but really probably the best 2-year span of Trojan football that I can remember for sure. We've watched probably two of the best teams in recent memory for Girard High School. It's unfortunate that they both lost in the same round of the playoffs to the same opponent. That stings. But nonetheless, they were 10-0 coming into this. That means they ran the table through the CNC twice. It's very difficult to do. I can't remember the last time they did it, 99 maybe. And and that 99 team didn't do it the year before or the year after. So really talented group of kids for Girard. Not the outcome they would have wanted tonight, but you take your hat off to the opponent. Holton came out with a game plan, and they executed it. And fans of 1958 football would really have enjoyed this one. You know, like the Four Horsemen and the Galloping Ghost, or the old rickety 96er, or whoever.
The Cornhusk formation.
Yeah, they would have really enjoyed watching this game. Trojan fans, not so much.
Yeah, I know we've talked about it there at the end of the game, but most of these boys, that's the last time they'll ever suit up and play football. That's a tough feeling. What a good group of boys, 20-2 for the senior class, and I'd have to look back what their record was. They probably won 5 or 6 games as a sophomore. Surely they probably won about that many as a freshman. So I would probably bet my mortgage that this is the winningest team 4 years of senior class Girard's ever had.
Yeah. Well, we'll step away for a quick break. I think Coach Philpott's going to come up here and talk to us. We'll have that coming up on the other side of this break. You're watching the Leah Smith Agency Farmers Insurance postgame show on Girard Sports Live.
For years, James Brumback and Brumback Service Center have been keeping area residents on the road with high quality and fast service. Let's face it, none of us have time for a breakdown, so be sure to stop by Brumback's for preventative maintenance, oil changes, and tire repairs. Brumback's is also your place for new tires with a variety of quality brands to choose from. Brumback Service Center, 312 East St. John in Girard. Call 620-724-6770. Good luck, Trojans, from Brumback Service Center.
Family owned and operated, G&B Bank has been providing customers with the highest quality of financial services in a friendly and personal way for over 100 years. Whether you have personal, business, or agricultural needs, G&B Bank is big enough to handle all of your banking needs, yet small enough to provide you with that personal touch you've grown to expect from a community bank. G&B Bank, a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Learn more at gn-bank.com.
McClellan Sanitation is a proud supporter of the Girard Trojans. McClellan Sanitation is also proud to have been serving Girard and the surrounding area for decades. McClellan Sanitation offers residential, commercial, and roll-off services. As a locally owned and operated company, owners Dave and Candy McClellan and their employees are dedicated to providing the highest quality customer service. To learn more, call McClellan Sanitation at 620-724-8486. McClellan Sanitation wishes the Girard Trojans the best of luck this season.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. Trojan fans can find us at 408B North Grand in Pittsburgh or call 620-232-7305. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
Well, welcome back out to Frank Jameson Field. Trojans dropped this one tonight, 47-27 to the Holton Wildcats. And right now we're joined by head coach Neil Philpott. And coach, obviously not the outcome you guys were looking for tonight, and a rough way to end the season, but only one team, gets through without losing their final game. But, man, we've been talking here in the booth of what a great couple of years and what a couple of really talented and special teams you guys have put together here, and you got to be proud of your group of kids despite the outcome here tonight.
Yeah, it's been a very fun group to coach. I think all of our staff would say the same thing, but I was proud of them for tonight. We didn't play our best necessarily on defense, that's for sure, but or offensively for that matter. But I thought our kids handled it. They stayed competitive. They stayed their composure. They stayed together, and they didn't get it. We got behind a little bit and we're having a hard time stopping anything, but we kept fighting and kind of keeping it within striking distance a little bit. And I think our kids at the end of the day, it's you get beat by a good team. That's one thing. But you come out and you play well and get beat, that you can kind of hold your head high and so you got to take that away from this. You're right. It only ends well for one team at the end of the year. Only one team happy. So. Been a good group to coach, a lot of fun. They've been a big part of our success the last 2 years. We will miss the heck out of them. It was, each game was a lot of fun to coach this year, and there were different ones, but just those guys have got a good personality and play well together, compete for each other, and that's fun to be around.
Well, Coach, looking forward to next year. What do you guys do? What's your off-season calendar look like?
Well, most of these guys will be playing basketball, wrestling, so off season it's a little different than the college ranks. But we'll see where we're at, and the guys that aren't, we like to get in and lift and after school weights and things like that. But biggest thing I ask them is go compete and be competitive throughout the course of the year. But we'll see where we're at, and we got to make some moves on some people and some different positions. But we're going to miss 16 seniors, so that's some gaps we got to fill, obviously. But we'll address that. We'll address that tomorrow.
All right, Coach. Well, we'll stop torturing you up here.
Thank you guys. Appreciate you guys this year.
That's head coach Neil Philpott, and heck of a job this year with the Trojans, and just real forward arc with the program as a whole. I mean, when you think about where Trojan football was when Coach Philpott took over to where we are right now, I mean, it's a real positive trend. And of course, a lot of that's led by the athletes that you can put out onto the field, but a lot of that's also coaching, because there's been times in the past where I've been calling Trojan games where we were the more physically talented team, but we didn't win the game. And you take your hats off to these coaches to be able to take that talent and turn it into wins. And that's something they've been able to do over the last couple of years. And hopefully those kids who are the underclassmen are going to fill those 16 spots left by those seniors, hit the off-season weights, and have this in their mind as they head into next season.
Well, success breeds success. You can't preach that enough. The junior high, I think there was one game we celebrated the unbeaten 8th grade team, and so here's an incoming freshman, and it's just, success breeds success. So, and one thing I can tell you that I've really fond of Coach Philpott and his staff is there's probably not any kids walking the hallways that would benefit this team. So he's really good at getting everybody that needs to be out, suited up and out and used. How many kids he plays throughout a game, it's not just the same 11 or 12 kids on all three sides of the ball. So kudos to Phil Pott and his staff, and dang it, it's been a fun ride these last few years.
And it's good because you have younger kids out there in the crowd, and they're seeing success, and they're seeing the Trojans win, and it makes them want to be part of it. It makes them want to go out for that 8th grade football team. It makes them want to put up with being a freshman or a sophomore, putting in your time when you may not start under the lights for a couple of years, but still sticking with it because you know that it'll be worth it. There'll be a payoff in the end for you, and that you can come out here and win some games, and it's a real positive momentum, I think, for this program.
And it varies. It goes all the way down. These Trojan boys and cheerleaders, and they're at Hatterline. They're at the elementary school every Friday. I've got a little first grader who just can't wait to go to school on Fridays because he gets to go say hi to Luke Nigaman and Alex Kester and Jaden Norris and Coach Phil Pott, and I know I'm leaving, Justin Ferguson and so many of those senior boys. Little Jimmy just loves it. Mm-hmm. So and then I think they walk the hallways, and it's just a wonderful deal. So you're 100% right. It's a community. It's a whole school deal that is just building this program.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was saying earlier. Is you're really not just losing a football team. You're kind of losing that piece of the community. It's been something for the community to kind of rally behind these last couple of years, and they're all just great kids. I got nothing else to say about them.
Well, now time to rally behind Coach Westcott and the basketball squad, and Coach Herlocker and his girls team, and of course we're going to have all of the Trojan basketball action for you coming up this winter and spring here on Girard Sports Live, and hopefully we go deep into March and make a trip to the state playoffs.
It's time for In Rod We Trust.
That's right. Exactly. It was a fun year last year. We'll see how the basketball team looks this year. Didn't lose a lot of seniors, but we lost a lot of scoring.
Yep.
So we'll see.
Ball handling.
Yeah. And so we'll see what that squad looks like this year, but that's all for another day. We're going to take our last break of the Leah Smith Agency Farmers Insurance post-game show. We'll come back and wrap this thing up here from Frank Jameson Field. You're watching Trojan football on Girard Sports Live.
Community National Bank and Trust has been serving the area for more than 30 years with a strong commitment to the highest quality leadership and banking services. Stop in soon and pick up your very own Girard Trojan Instant Issue mascot debit card. While you're there, be sure to ask about Secure Lock, mobile banking, Guardian Secure Checking, and People Pay. Learn more at mybankcnb.com. Community National Bank and Trust is a proud supporter of Girard Schools.
Member FDIC.
Go Trojans!
Whisper a phrase into a person's ear, then pass it on to a group of people. Notice how the message changes by the time that the last person hears it? In business, consider word of mouth in the same light. What people say may turn into something different than you would like it to be. It can't be controlled. That's why Norris Advertising provides proven ad solutions through radio, billboards, and digital sign sales, allowing your message to be controlled by the person that knows your business best. You, Norris Advertising, a proud sponsor of Trojan Athletics.
The Producers Co-op Farm Store is committed to making your life easier by supplying you with the things you need for your farm and home. As always, the Producers Co-op Farm Store has a great selection of farm and ranch supplies, including pet supplies, ranch and corral building supplies and equipment, automatic waterers and feed bunks, tack, dog food, pet and animal health supplies, workwear, boots, and much, much more. Come in and check out the great deals on lots of new merchandise as well. Proudly serving Girard and the surrounding area, and proud to support the Girard Trojans.
Celebrate, recognize, build. That's the promise of Wilbert's Signature Awards and Engraving. Owners Greg and Missy Scott are committed to helping their customers celebrate special moments, recognize achievements, and build relationships. With a huge selection of Trojan gear, plaques and awards, custom leather patch hats, trophies, and so much more. Plus, while you're there, stop in next door to find the latest fashions from Aubrey at Scott & Company. Wilbert Signature Awards and Engraving. Learn more at wilbertawards.com or call 620-724-0341.
Welcome back out here one final time to Frank Jameson Field. Trojans dropped this one by 20 to Holton, and their season comes to an end, but another good season as Trojans are 20-2 over the last 2 years, and just didn't have an answer tonight for the option attack from Holton, and but they didn't stop fighting. Last year, the final score of the game was 35-7, and Trojans able to put up 27 this year, so better offensive effort. Just couldn't get enough stops or any stops on defense tonight, and the season comes to an end. But it's been a great ride calling these games and a good time watching the Trojans play this year. And certainly we want to thank all of our sponsors who make this possible. Our broadcast here on Girard Sports Live, we couldn't do it without you guys, and the Varsity Sports Live broadcast for several schools around the state, and we don't have the level of support, anywhere near the level of support that we get from the community of Girard for these broadcasts, and it's truly unique. And so our sponsors are an integral part of that, and we want to thank all of them, and we thank all of our viewers this year who've tuned in to watch the Trojans have a great run on the gridiron. And now it's time to tune in to watch Trojans have a run on the hardwood this year, and it'll start here in just a few weeks. As Daryl told me that basketball practice starts on Monday, and they'll have an early season tournament that none of us can remember where it is right now because we've been focused on football this whole time. But just rest assured that wherever that tournament is, even if it's in Timbuktu, we'll have it for you here on Girard Sports Live. So for Jess Murphy, Daryl McLeod, I'm Josh Lettner saying thanks for joining us all season long here on Girard Sports Live. You've been watching Trojan football. Stay tuned for basketball.
You've been watching Trojan Athletics on Girard Sports Live. Girard Sports Live is presented by Crocan, your community technology partner. Learn more at ckt.net. Also by Ag Choice of Epler, American Family Insurance, Jenny Collins Agency, Bradshaw Collision Repair, Call Service, Community National Bank and Trust, Derailed Commodity, Diskins Auto and Towing, DS Construction, Evans Motors, Farm Bureau Financial Services, Farmers Bank, Girard Medical Center, Hydrix Appliance, The Jagged Edge, GN Bank, Larrett Ceramics, Leah Smith Agency Farmers Insurance, Lehman Realty, Mathis Drug, McClellan Sanitation, Norris Advertising, Producers Cooperative Association, and Roto-Rooter.